I'm the livelier of the two of us. You know, people told me, Joe, if you get 3 hours of sleep, you're gonna be a zombie tomorrow. And I'm like, well, I can't let Cleo have all the glory. So I did chug a
I
Red
mean,
Bull.
that's fair. That's oh,
Rather than, you know, actually going to sleep. Because, yeah, I'm trying to get that next episode going, and the two things in that episode, which is like 26 hours of time lapses and writing poetry, neither of them lend themselves to.
to an arc. There's no arc there.
No, there's an arc, but like visually representing it, like figuring out how to show it in a way that's meaningful is time consuming, I find.
Yeah. There we go. Emo only off.
Oh yeah, I should do that as well.
Yeah,
Slash
it
emote
helps.
only off to do emote only off. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to figure out what category to put this in on YouTube. It's not auto and vehicles. It's not pets and animals.
Makers and crafting.
Yeah, that doesn't exist on YouTube. There's
Oh.
there's how to and style. There's comedy and there's entertainment. I've got it narrowed down to those. Um, I think we're probably more entertaining than comedic. So
I mean, that's true, but it's a little bit rude. For
yeah.
example, you thought the camera was out of focus. No, no, no. This is what my mom was doing for me. That's
Oh,
what she's making. It's not
let me pull up your
it's not
stream
finished.
so I can see it.
Okay. This is the cross stitch that my mum was doing. Hello, kitty. Was doing before she died for me. Like it was like, you know, she did one for my sister, and then she was like, "Well, what do you?" And we did history and stuff, and yeah, this is what she was making for me. It's teeny tiny cross stitches. You can see if I bring it up close to them. Everything is a little tiny square.
Ooh.
And she's it's huge. It's rather large. She's sort of tasked me with finishing it because if I do this, you can see it's not finished. So I haven't cross stitched for years, like literally, like maybe over a decade. So today I am getting back into the habit because I've brought a little cross stitch kit to just sort of work on it. Hello, baby. Hello.
Hello, Cleo. I'm a kitten.
You are a kitten, Joe. You are a kitten.
Yay!
So
Meow, purr, etc.
yeah, so this is what I'm going to be working up to doing, getting back into the cross stitch. What are you doing today, Joe?
Well, I'm continuing work on my Castle Hohenzollern Papercraft. I've got that up here. Also, if people are curious what my temperature and CO2 sensor look like, I put that out so people can see it. Because sometimes people are like, where are you getting the CO2 number from? Well, now you can see it.
I
That's
I don't
parts
know.
per million.
Parts per million. So
Mhm.
you're continuing on. Right, so in order to prep, I got this. This is hit a hype train already. Okay. Thank you guys.
I don't even have
So
my whistle. Hold on, y'all.
you should know this by now.
Yeah, but I'm trying to get my stuff ready.
Okay. Thank you. Ratha has resubscribed. Got to 6 months already. Keep up the good work. The Pan with No Life Plan has cheered 100 biddies. Silver Chippy has cheered biddies. Numerable Whom has cheered biddies. Thank you very much. So, this is a Christmas cross stitch sort of book thing, but it's also got like goodies in it. Now, personally, I think this is a bit of a rip-off because I've got all of my mum's embroidery stuff, but I don't want to go through that just yet. So, I figure I'm going to make a Christmas card today because you got to start that early. You've got to start that early. I think before October is a bit of a stretch, but you know, we'll see.
I mean, it's barely before October. Like,
Yeah.
and I would know. I have stuff due at the end of the month.
Right. So it's got all this sort of gubbins inside it. Like you can make ornaments, you can make Christmas cards. It's got luxury ribbon, and it's got like threads. Now this whole thing cost me 10 quid.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think it's probably not worth that much, but it's all there in one little piece, so it's fine. Christmas is round the corner. I
Well,
wouldn't go that far, but
I mean, also they are luxury ribbons. That's really like, yeah. If you had put this together piecemeal, you could have saved some money, but you would have saved most of that money on the luxury ribbon.
I probably would. That is probably true. That is, I think, is true. Why is my mic making so much noise? It's no. You sit down and go out the window because that's what I told you to do.
Yeah. Somebody's asking about the CO2 meter. Isn't 800 too much? It's not ideal. No, but anything under around 1,000 is okay. Also, because it's kind of directly in front of me right now, it's going to have a slightly higher reading because I'm breathing across where it is. So I usually try to have it off to the side from wherever my line of sight is, so it gets the room average, which is the air that I'm breathing on the whole, not just the air that I'm exhaling. Because, like, if I breathe on it intentionally, like...
Why do you have a CO2 monitor?
Because I used to record and stream from a tiny closet, and I kept getting, like, dizzy and stuff, and it turned out it was CO2 poisoning. So if I breathe directly across it, yeah, it just jumped up to 11:15. Like if I intentionally breathe into it, 12:40 now. Yeah. Okay. So that I just put that there so people could see what it looked like. To get an accurate reading, it needs to be out of the way. But people have asked me about it before, so I wanted to show people.
Okay, this is the stuff that I got in this pack. So, Ida cloth, which is the stuff with the little holes in it. I don't know if you can see that very well. That you do cross stitch on. You can do cross stitch on not this. I don't recommend it though. So it's fine. This is fine. I got stuff for like Christmas ornaments with a little tassel, like heart ones and a star. I also got lots of thread. That is quite a bit of thread. Some gold sequins, like cup. Thank you. Cheers out. Giving out 5 community gift subs is very much appreciated. And
see, once I can afford a nice sequined suit, that's when I'll know my life is really in order.
That's when your life is really in order.
Mm-hmm.
There. And ribbon and pomp.
Well, because we were talking about... Was this on stream? We were talking about the Met Gala? How if I got invited, I would totally get... Manuel, like one of Nashville's like most famous tailors.
No, I think that was a private conversation we had, genuinely.
Yeah, I was gonna get one of those sequenced suits. Like he's made them for all the famous country music stars and stuff.
Thank you, Nordmore, for the 20 community gift subs. I do appreciate it, and thank you, Paleo, for the 100 biddies. Yeah, was not expecting that. Thank you very much. So, I need to choose like a card to do, and I want one that's not just white because the cloth is white. So like there's like I mean this is the stuff that you can do with the pack, because these are like the patterns that they give you. I'm just looking for one that's not white, not got loads of white in it, because that's not going to do well on camera, I don't think.
Oh, that one with the little kids around the snowman is cute. It's very, very white. Like, these have a lot of snow in them, though.
Yeah, which means I'm looking at the reindeer, actually. Because that's got, like, virtually no white down here. So, if I show you the picture of the reindeer, that's sort of what it should look like when it's done. I might even be able to knock that out in the next couple of hours.
Now, when it comes to cross-stitch Cleo, obviously when you're just starting out, you might be copying these patterns verbatim, but are you already mentally figuring out what would go in those little ornaments instead of the existing pattern, something that's more personalized for whoever you're making these for?
Pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much how it goes.
It's
how I do it anyway. I mean, I'm doing it this way, but I have done enough cross stitch that I did draft my own patterns at one point. So, but find a decent needle.
For the viewers at home, though, who are not familiar with cross stitch, you know, they don't feel like they have to be completely beholden to the pattern. They can mix and match their own ideas.
Change colours. If you want a pink reindeer, do a pink reindeer. No one's gonna shout at you for being artistic.
I mean, I'll shout at you, Cleo. You're fantastically artistic. It's amazing. I almost said fantastic twice.
You did.
That's unacceptable.
It is. You know what also is unacceptable? The fact that I can't get these blooming needles out.
You know, if you have a X-Acto knife handy, you could just put them down in front of you and then pop it right with the X-Acto knife.
I could do that. The only time I'm liable to stab myself is with one of these needles right now.
Oh, like in this moment. So that's a bad time for me to be obnoxious.
I mean, Joe, if you weren't obnoxious, would you really be you?
No, and there's never a bad time for me to be me.
There goes. Hang on. Let's set up the camera again. It's teeny weeny. And it's gone down. There we go. I think that's a bit too far forward. I do so love it when a plan comes together. I've now got like a tiny little tripod.
Oh, fantastic.
So I'm more liable to hit it.
Uh-huh.
So, you know. Loving these crafting streams. So was I until like 5 seconds ago. I did this to myself.
Yeah, so there's a pinball streamer named Don't Panic Flip who had me on his show yesterday night, and he was asking me like, Joe, do you are you following some sort of trend with this that I'm just not aware of with the paper crafting streams? Because I love them, but like I just feel like I'm out of the loop, and I'm like, no, we're just weird.
We're just slightly odd.
Yeah, like this is something we started doing because we were trying to find books and found papercraft models instead while searching. This is not like the next thing on Twitch that you missed somehow.
No. There is literally no. This is not a trend. Juniper Willows has resubscribed and says, "Yay, loving these crafting streams." Caps Lock has gifted community gift sub, and Snowmeath has given out 10 community gift subs. They're really trying to make me stab myself. So here's the thing. The jump scares are on for now, but if I stab myself, Cam has said the first time I stab myself, get turned off. So...
Yeah, that really seems like the sort of thing like, oh yeah, we've got these safeties on these new automatic weapons, but you know what? They don't kick in until after the first person accidentally gets shot. It's like,
well, I've told Cam that I'm keeping them on, and Cam is not happy about it.
Oh, okay.
So, right, I need to count out. 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm just cutting out this little turret tower thing here. If it looks small on the stream, that's because it is. Each of these squares on my grid is about 1/4 of an inch. You can see there's like rulers on the side. This is 1 inch, 2 inches. Oh, I guess they're not 1/4 of an inch. They're at... Each of these squares is a 1/2 inch. Now that I actually look at the ruler, it's pretty obvious.
I mean, that's fair. Right, now I'm just cutting out the cloth a bit bigger than what it needs to be, because I put in little holes. So if I make that my starting hole, this is the starting hole. I sort of make it bigger just so I know where I'm going. I can always squidge it back in.
Is the starting hole always in the upper left with these patterns, or is that just a personal preference?
They tell you to start in the center, but I hate starting in the center, and you can see from my mum's one, she's the same way. So I obviously learned it from her. But you can pretty much start where you want. I like being it's the way I read, so it's the way I read patterns as well, from left to right, top to bottom. So yeah, makes things easier.
It makes sense. Okay.
10. This pattern is 40 by 40, just so if people are wondering.
Is that 40 pixels by 40 pixels, or is it 40?
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure what the units were, or what they call them.
Neither am I. I'm not sure either, Joe.
Fair enough. So yeah, I'm using the scissors here to cut off the big surpluses around the things I'm cutting out. Not because I have to from a creative standpoint, but because it helps the thing fit on camera better if I'm not, I can spin it around without bumping into the other parts as much.
I mean, that sounds useful.
S10 Gahost says half an inch is about 1.3 centimeters, according to Google. So thank you for citing your sources there. So if you're wrong, we know it was actually Alphabet's Google division that was incorrect.
Yes.
It's good to be able to follow the paper trail there.
Oh, my scissors are not sharp enough for this. I do not have my fabric scissors out, so yay. Okay, so that's about the size of the cloth I need.
Have I been to Greenland? I have not. That would be an interesting place to visit. Cleo, have you ever been to Greenland?
I haven't. It's not on my list of places to go, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, it wasn't really on mine either, but you know, it is a shorter flight in theory than going all the way to Europe.
That's reasonable, I suppose.
I mean, wait, is Greenland considered part of Europe? Is that... I don't think it's in the EU, right?
I don't think so. I don't know, though.
Yeah, I always considered it kind of part of North America, but maybe that's just me being North American-centric. I mean, you know, we consider most of the Middle East basically an extension of North America, too. So, I mean, that's a known failure mode for our people.
Yeah. Note to self, stop messing up the thread. That is awful. I did that. That's really bad. My mum would kill me at this point. You know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Geographically North American, but politically Danish. Interesting.
That makes sense. It's an extension of Denmark. Is Denmark in the EU, or are they one of those...
Denmark is in the EU.
Okay. I wasn't sure if they were one of those holdout countries or whatever.
Right. Difference between tapestry and cross-stitch is you've got to separate out your threads a bit more. Tapestry requires thicker thread. Okay, so that would, you know, be sort of alright for tapestry. But it usually requires a double thread for cross-stitch, so much thinner.
Yeah.
So, learning with Cleo. See, I don't know how many people know anything about cross-stitch, so...
I'm learning a lot. I really appreciate all this.
Yeah. I mean, it's a nice little hobby to have, so, you know, it's very chill. And I do use my spit to, if you get a Christmas card from me, it's got my spit in the thread.
Oh, wow. Now I need to send you my address. If I trusted you with my address, would you trust me with your address?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we'll send these later, not on stream, because I don't want to accidentally, like, read it out loud, because I'm terrible at typing what I say, or vice versa.
Okay, so I've got to do 2, and then I've got to do 30. Okay, so the way I do it, I do half stitches first, and then go all the way down the line. So 2, miss 1, and I've managed to take off the thread already. You know, some, but not much. I said on record that I tell Joe my address. Yeah, I have no problem telling you my address, Joe.
No, that's fair.
We've been friends for a while now. I think I can probably trust you.
Yeah.
Call it a hunch.
Let's see. People are saying the Faroe Islands are part of Denmark too. Andrew Cav says extension of North America. I never heard of that, even as a fellow American. Well, I thought it was like part of the same like tectonic plate or something. Like some of that stuff with like what continent people or what continent things are is based on like plates. So
I mean, surely isn't it part of the Arctic plate?
Yeah, which, you know, by extension is North American, so I'm just joking. I honestly don't know if it's part of the Arctic plate. You're an actual geologist, so you probably do know.
I haven't been a geologist for like nearly 20 years now. Come on, I've not done geology for like nearly 20 years.
Yeah, but it's like riding a bike with rocks.
Like, people ask me questions about it, and I'm just like, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this. But sometimes I just don't.
Yeah, it's like, so. Well, you know what? They changed the definition of liquefaction about 15 years ago, and now I'm just out of date.
They might have done.
Yeah, that's fair. So what I'm doing now is I'm lightly tracing over the lines. There's little dotted lines on these, and I'm tracing over those with the knife, and that's called. I'm blanking on what that's called. Scoring.
Scoring.
Yeah. I was like,
Okay. I'm just wondering if people can see. I can take down the height of the camera, which I think might be preferable.
I mean, in some ways, like, the camera is too low because when you pick it up, you're bringing it up and out of frame. So
I'm just like seeing the actual craft doing it like this. You can probably see it better if it. Oh, you just took one book off. If I need to put one more book on, I can. It's fine. What am I making today? I am making this reindeer card. So that's the plan. Devil Tony has cheered bits twice. Thank you very, very much. I'm sorry I missed the first one. Sometimes I do that.
okay. Wait, so this actually I think folds over backward. What? That can't be right.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. They're a bit of a pain.
Oh, okay, wait. Oh, it's because that folds down there. Okay. So we have to score on the inverse side for these there's a slightly different dot dash pattern for the ones that need to score the other way. So that needs to score that way, which looks wrong, but it's because this top wall here folds over. Yeah, this is Papercraft. Woo.
This is cross stitch. This is slightly different.
Yeah, Cleo and I are doing different crafts today.
Yeah, because I finished my castle. My castle is finished. Yes.
You're
gonna chill with me till you have to go to school. That's fair. I'll allow it.
Okay, so in order to get this wall to fold over, there's these little red lines here. That's where you have to cut internally, which is always terrifying because if you screw up, you're gonna really mess the whole thing up.
That's about right. That's about how it always goes with this.
Okay, and then I need to score on these lines here along the top of this. And then I need to score to like 3 times here to make this fold into a kind of square building. It probably won't actually be square. It'll be this shape. But you get the core concept. Yeah, it looks like this building actually has like 6 sides, but the 4 main sides here. Also, for some reason, this one particular archway here has way higher resolution because there's like another arch you're supposed to see through it. And so, like, yeah, that's one thing about this model is the textures are all different resolutions from each other, which isn't really obvious on camera, but it's moderately disconcerting.
You, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, it's just weird. I'm like that. I can't tell if that was a choice or that was running out of time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you. It might be both.
Yeah, like, is this supposed to be some sort of artistic collage experimentalism? Or was somebody on deadline? Because I feel like it's a deadline thing.
I suppose. I hadn't really thought about it, to be honest.
Yeah, because, I mean, from a QA standpoint, like I said, this feels like somebody's side project at work, not somebody's actual job. So I don't know that they actually did any real QA on this, like had a second person print it out and make one.
Yeah, no, that doesn't sound like something they would do. Because it's not really a thing that they made. It was just sort of, you know. Supposed to be at uni, but you haven't gone because you got tonsillitis. Tonsillitis is the worst.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. I had tonsillitis. The first, like, proper hallucination I had was, like, a proper fever dream when I had tonsillitis. Ooh. It was not fun. Right, I should have 30 stitches now.
Okay. So, as you can see, we fold these tops of the walls back over, and then we wrap this around here. But in order to glue that properly, we're going to have to glue this in a few stages. So the first stage we're going to do is just gluing the walls over themselves. Then once those are set, then we'll go ahead and actually wrap the building around the roof. So First glue of the
30.
stream, and I'm realizing I might need to clear that. That's why we've got these kebab skewers here. So I can just use that inside the top of the glue there to kind of clean that out if we got any blockages.
Yeah. Okay, so what I've done there is I've done like little tiny half stitches. I don't know if you can see that. Doesn't seem to be going. But then I just go back over them because with the other half. So, do you have a craft channel on YouTube? No, I don't. I don't have time to run another channel.
I refuse. Basically, like, incidentally, my channel has Minecraft on it, but it's a channel for stuff I make. And anything I make fits under that umbrella. I'm not gonna make a separate channel for something else.
I mean, that's fair.
Like,
that's fair.
I don't know.
I mean, I wouldn't mind making another channel which is not got like any Minecraft on it at all.
Mm-hmm. If I was doing something with other people, because my channel is stuff I make, but if a different channel would be stuff we make, not you and I necessarily, but like,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
Like if me and some other locals were like, we're gonna do a channel just about disc golf, and it's our project. It's like, okay, well, that makes sense to have a separate channel for something collaborative with a group of locals, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
If you did make a second channel, what would yours be about?
I don't know. Sorry, I just read a comment. I thought you were both doing crotch stitching, and I want to know how Joe was doing with that. Disappointed to see he's not pricking his fingers alongside.
No, I'm still finishing my castle.
To be honest, it would probably be some form of maybe garment making, maybe something historic. It would actually, thinking about it, it'd probably be some kind of historical rant of like the worst people in history kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That would be something I would be interested in doing, like the research and Cleo proving she can stab something repeatedly. Yeah. That's the goal of this. Okay. Please do that.
So I've got to hold this in place here, just until the glue dries enough that I can let go.
Cleo's castle already finished. My castle is finished. If you want to see Papercraft, you go to Joe. If you want to see Christmas, you come to me.
Yeah, and you can actually just watch both, but mute one stream. Don't.
Oh yeah, there is a multi-link that was posted a second ago, which lets you look at both of us at the same time.
I mean, most window managers will do that. Like, if your operating system has a window manager, you can watch us side by side.
Oh, well, you see. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm tying off this thread. So I don't know if you can see that. I'm not very good at tutorializing, so maybe doing a craft channel is not for me. I need to hang on a second. Having mic troubles.
Oh, no.
Right. So what I do is I go back through stitches and you just bring it through and it just holds it in place. So it's sort of self-defeating, and then you cut it off very close and you have a neat back compared to my mum's back. My mum hates doing that, so she didn't. So she's got threads everywhere. Well, it looks nice on the front, but on the back it looks a bit
But I mean, if you're putting it in a frame or something anyway, like...
Oh yeah. I'm not denying that, but my mum knows my mum knew how to do it properly. She chose not to. My mum chose violence, is what I'm saying. So, you know.
Okay, so where does this tiny little tower go? Oh, this tiny little tower goes on top of the roof of that. Okay, so we're not gonna...
pictures of the finished castle. Oh, I haven't taken any yet, so...
Those would be good to put on Twitter, too, probably.
Probably. Wait for... It might be nice to have like a little craft portfolio. Cleo and Joe's craft portfolio.
Okay, so... While we wait for the glue to dry on that, we're going to come back to this interior courtyard piece here. We need to put a tiny sliver of wall top. This sliver of wall top needs to wrap around the top of here. And then we need to put the whole thing fitted inside of this driveway cutout.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, are you on the roads now?
Yeah, I'm working on the crazy roads. Yay. Oh, I was gonna ask before the stream, but I decided to hold it for the stream. Have you had the
Uh-huh.
chance to meet up with Cub yet?
I haven't. No, I haven't even mentioned to him yet,
Oh,
but
okay.
I will.
No,
Don't panic,
that's fair.
because my brain was just like, oh, I've got to talk to that person, and then I've got to talk to other person, and things are a bit. You know me.
Yeah.
I don't do things quickly.
No, that's fine. Because I'm still editing that episode. I feel like I've been editing that episode forever. Um, like I don't want to call it editing hell because I feel like maybe that's too Judeo-Christian. No, it's just Christian. There's not really a, you know,
There's not a Judeo hell.
yeah, there's
As
not
far as
really a
I'm aware.
Judeo hell. Yeah, but like, yeah, I'm caught in this cycle of editing samsara that I cannot escape, and it's it's like every time I feel like I'm getting close, I'm like, oh, but wait, this segment looks terrible. I should go in replay mod and make it look better. Or like, oh, there's like 12 hours of the castle work that like I haven't found a place to showcase in this episode, and I feel like if I did all that work, I should like show it somewhere.
Yeah, I have that feeling, and then at some point it's just sort of like I've just got to accept it's going to be 20 seconds in a video.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm getting there. I'm not there yet, but
Yeah,
like
no, I understand.
I know that there's gonna be a lot left on the cutting room floor, but
You're
like
just not ready to deal with it yet.
there's still a lot more to put. The thing is, until I put it all in, I'm not sure what has to go. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's understandable. It's understandable. Wish it wasn't, but it is.
Yeah.
Okay. This is terminal at this point. You might be too close to the camera. The autofocus. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll put the book back in.
Can you does your webcam have a disable autofocus option? You can just set the focus.
Nope.
Really?
Really? Welcome to cheapest option available.
Okay, but like, is there a webcam like driver app type thing?
I don't know. Maybe?
Like, if you go to your Windows thing next to your clock, where there's like, you know, way more icons than you feel like there should be, is one of them like a little webcam thing that you can click on?
Well, no, because that's on my other monitor.
No.
It's the one that I don't take to the stream. It's fine.
Wait, your start menu. If you only have, so is the other
Okay, you
monitor
want me to-
still plugged in?
Sorry? Yeah,
he-
the other one's still plugged in, yeah.
You just can't. Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say if you unplug the other monitor, it should move all those icons over. But okay, never mind.
There's only so much of my setup that I'm willing to move every week.
No, that's
You know?
fair. I'm just saying, like, if you just power down that other monitor, even if you don't unplug it, it should move the icons over. Because like it is kind of distracting how the focus keeps pulling. Because I've got this up on the other. Now, granted, you know, maybe I'm not one to talk because somebody just turned on a leaf blower outside and I'm too lazy to close the window. So
Yeah, this is a cross-stitch magazine, which gave me all the stuff I needed to make like little things. So I'm making little things,
yay, little things.
this is what we're doing. Am I actually moving the table every week? Yeah, and I'm moving my mic, and I'm moving my keyboard, and I'm moving a monitor. Twice each week because you know it's got to go back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get my setup set up fully, for like having in studio guests and stuff. Oh, so I can announce this now.
Oh.
So, and I mean I have on Twitter, but I don't know if you and I have talked about it, and so I haven't really talked about it much on stream. But there's this VR game called Walkabout Golf, and
Oh yeah, I've seen you stream that.
yeah. So the developers of that are gonna join me on stream. They've got a new course coming out soon, and they're gonna join me on stream to talk about the new course and their artistic and development processes, and
That's
play
cool.
around with me. Yeah, and that's gonna be October 5th at 10 a.m. And it's also going to be fun because we have people in town that weekend, or well, actually the weekend before that. But one of my moderators is actually going to be in town for the convention. Um,
Oh.
so I'm going to have my first in studio moderator while I'm bouncing around in VR. And I realize that where the in studio moderator sits might not be a good place to get hit by the VR stuff. So I might actually have them use my daughter's desk one room over. but
Yeah, that might work.
but yeah, that's gonna be fun. Trying to like because like I've been trying to put a lot of thought into making this space usable for two adults simultaneously, but without two adults in the apartment to like test it with, like you know, I don't really know because like my kid's not gonna sit here for a 2 hour stream and like tell me whether or not the ergonomics at that table are good for her, or even if they are, they're the wrong height for someone else. You know what I mean?
I mean that is logical. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to test that, and then November 1st, I've got a couple of pinball streamers who are going to be passing through town on their way back from the Chicago Pinball Expo, and they're going to be like originally they said, "Hey, we're going to have a pinball machine with us. Can we bring it into your studio and do a stream from your space together?" And I was like, "This sounds amazing," because they all also were going to bring all their cameras and stuff to the convention that they were going to. So
really cool.
yeah, I could see how they did their setup and learn from them. Now they're like, okay, yeah, we're actually renting a trailer. We're going to be bringing 4 machines, so I got to figure out where to put a trailer, which my landlord might not be thrilled about. But that does mean we'll have 4 machines to choose from, although it'll probably be whichever one's closest to the door of the trailer, realistically, because they're going to be driving from Chicago that day. And I was like, are you sure you're going to want to stream, like, after driving for, like, 8 to 10 hours? And they're just like,
No.
Joe, you don't understand how much we love streaming pinball. And I'm like, I mean, in fairness, if I got done, like, driving, and somebody was like, hey, do you want to stream and drink margaritas and play games really loudly? I would say yes. So, like, I get it. Oh, yeah. So I finally, the blender was one of the things that I lost in the divorce. So I bought a new blender for them.
I've done the outline in the wrong red.
Oh no.
So.
Was it supposed to be blue?
No, it was supposed to be dark red.
Oh, but it's a very vibrant Christmassy red, so it doesn't look wrong necessarily. Do you need?
No,
is the issue that you need a lighter red in order to get the contrast?
No, it's just annoying that I misread the pattern already.
Well, here's the thing, though. This is your first cross-stitch in many years, so, like, if the only mistake you make is one shade of red off, it's not too bad.
I suppose so. So it's blood red, not cherry red. Yeah, well, I would... That's what it was supposed to be, because it's sort of like coagulated blood red.
Yeah, well,
as opposed to
the fresh
red.
blood of our enemies, not,
Yeah, that's what this is. This is the fresh blood of our enemies. This is the drinking blood out of a chalice red. That's what that is. I think Joe just called you old on the No. I've already made the comment that I haven't done this in nearly a decade.
No, I don't think I was calling you old at all. I was.
No. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you.
In fact, I tend to think that you're younger than you claim to be, or you are bigger about you being old than I am.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you're that
because
old.
I am. You don't think I'm that old, even though I'm distinctly older than you.
When I'm your age, I'm not going to be old. And so I don't see why you have to be old.
The thing is, I say I'm old because I find it funny.
Yeah.
Because people tend to think that I'm in my, like, mid-20s, if they think about it at all. And then I say, no, I'm 40. And then they go, no. And it makes me laugh. So,
no.
No.
Oh, man.
You're not.
Yeah, have you gotten to see any Ted Lasso yet?
No.
Because one of the characters, Roy Kent, who I think is played by Brett Goldstein, he plays this like South London football. He's like from the poor part of South London, but now he's a wealthy footballer or whatever. But he's got the like most brusque accent, and he's always like no, and it's like. Ah, it's so fun.
Okay,
Whoa.
so my next thing is I've now got to do a row of half cross stitch in one strand, which makes things awkward.
How do you... Wait, so what you're describing is a half pixel?
Yeah, it's basically it's a way to keep the color different,
Mm-hmm.
but without. So instead of doing, because if you look at this one, it's got one stitch going one way and then one stitch crossing over it, which is why it's cross stitch. And then
That's
you've got
why it's
half.
called cross stitch. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and then
So
you've got half cross stitch, which is a way to make the light blue lighter still.
so
The
it's like slash stitch at that point.
effectively, yes.
Yeah.
So this, I've got like these little eye patterns down here, which you guys probably can't see, which is half cross stitch in one strand,
Mm-hmm.
which means I need to affix it in two places. Okay, that's fine. Fine.
Bye, Skylar Sai.
Okay. Cleo is an immortal cryptid, and those are generally hard to do the correct age of. Let's go with that. It seems better than most other things.
Well, you know, what's that saying? It's like some people try to gain or attain immortality through their great works or deeds or legacy.
I plan to do it by
I just
not dying.
plan to not die.
Okay. So instead of doing a two stitch where I have to anchor, where I can just attach it to itself and keep it like that, I now have to anchor this to the pattern behind it already. And it's a pain. I hate doing this.
Yeah.
Because if it's a one stitch thing, it will easily come out. Easily.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, I'm trying to get the driveway to connect to the courtyards, so I'm having fun with fiddly stuff too.
Good morning, Megs. How you doing? You do so by siphoning energy from your partner's cam. I see what you did there.
You know, Cleo, that's kind of a red flag.
I know. I'm seeing that. Here's the question: is it emotional vampirism or is it actual vampirism? That's what I want to know. Because one of those I'm okay with.
Because here's the thing, though, Cleo, is at the point where you're noticeably a vampire, you get staked. So, like, I don't know. Maybe,
Yeah, that's fair.
but yeah, it's kind of one of those, like, you know, I'm not going to tell you what you're doing is wrong, but you're getting a lot more attention than you should.
At least most of this is half cross stitched, so
Okay.
it's not going to be as dreadful as I first thought it was going to be.
So I'm gluing all these little tabs, which is going to mean nothing but trouble if I screw this up at this point.
That's correct. My neighbour is 90 and she just walked away from a car crash last week. Refused the walker even. That is a badass old lady. Not gonna lie.
Well,
Not gonna lie.
before we start talking about how great she is, though, like, did she cause the car crash because she shouldn't have been driving? Because, like, I'm glad she's okay, but, like, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, what a tough lady, real great, and then it's like, but you know, she did kill 3 children in that accident.
5 people.
You know, like, I mean, that's like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna praise somebody.
Somebody else, maybe.
Yeah, just like somebody that doesn't have the little asterisk next to, you know, oh, what a great person.
She didn't run the red light. Somebody else ran the red light. Okay.
Okay.
That's different.
Yeah, somebody says, talking about stitching and also paper, I'm a confused Texan. So I'm doing Papercraft. If you go to twitch.tv/ZombieCleo, I'm on the phone with ZombieCleo, who's doing cross-stitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my great...
Oh, Cleo,
Sorry, go...
one thing I was going to ask,
yeah.
and, like, part of me was thinking I would do this off-stream, because doing tech stuff on stream is always a nightmare, but also I'm kind of tired of gluing things. How would you feel if I inset the video from your stream on mine for the people who are on, like, you know, iPads or whatever and can't do multiple tabs?
I don't mind that. That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine. all good.
Yeah, now I've got to figure out how to actually do that because.
Yeah. So long. The phrase is so long as I don't have to do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh Christ, that's a name. Hang on. Oh no, it's Maximus Caesar. Now, I was reading it as Maximus, as in all sorts of weird names. But yeah, no, that's not a difficult name. As I thought it was harder than it was, to be honest. When I want to go peacefully like my sleep, my granddad, not shouting and screaming like the people in his car. That is one of the oldest jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Well, maybe not, because the oldest joke is like 5,000 years old, and that one had to be dealt with, you know, at least until they did chariots. You know, maybe carts.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see, how's this gonna work?
And also, Maximus Caesar, thank you for the resubscription. Sorry about the confusion with your name. Only a few of us remember the oldest joke. Oh, we laughed. We laughed so hard. What about horseback? No, it's difficult to take people horseback riding. So, you know. I mean, I'm assuming I've never done it. The oldest joke on horses scare you. Okay.
Oh, I don't know
I
how
mean,
to...
they're big.
Dang it, there's an ad running on this.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I'm trying to figure out how to turn it off. So I've got it... So I had the audio, which is the only thing I don't want. And I also have no idea where this layer actually is. Oh, it's below the webcams is probably what it is. So let me lift it up. I'm trying to create a really uplifting experience here, and I'm not.
I am very uplifted. Cyclomethan has resubscribed. It's really difficult to think that this has been 6 months. And in that time, I decided that I would quit my job and do this full time. And now I'm doing this for a living. Sit up straight, crack your backs.
Okay, we're gonna add a cropping layer here. Nope.
Just no.
Yeah, it was like reverse cropping, and I'm like, that's less helpful.
That is the opposite of what I asked you
don't
to do.
reverse crop. Don't give me extra space. Cam says it's funny seeing the picture-in-picture. Well, you know, I'm hilarious, so that's kind of to be expected. Okay. If there's picture in your picture, that's Cleo. If there's picture in your picture, that's Cleo. I should add a label that says twitch.tv/Cleo's table, but that's not the accurate link, so I'm going to have to do something else. Okay, we need to...
I appreciate that you tried, Joe. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I mean, there's some things that, like, you know, it's just not going to work out.
I mean, yeah, that's most things as far as I'm concerned. Most things.
Okay,
Will Joe keep making the size of your picture-in-picture bigger every time folks donate? Yes, but only if they donate to me.
No. I haven't gotten a single tip this entire stream, and you're probably on your second hype train already. So...
No, I can't get another hype train for at least an hour.
Well, that sounds like a user setting.
Yeah.
Like the sort of thing that you could fix at any time.
No, that's the maximum you can set it to.
What's the minimum you can set it to?
No, sorry, that's the minimum you can set it to. The maximum you can set it to is like literally once per stream.
Gotcha.
Wait, Joe is hilarious? I thought hilarious meant really funny.
Thanks. Oh my gosh.
So donate to Joe for more Cleo.
So, Cleo, what would you consider a very zombie Cleo color? Like an orange would probably be, because like your hair color, maybe?
I mean, what would I consider a very zombie Cleo? I usually go for like a teal greenish.
Yeah.
Like that matches the shirt. Because orange is kind of in your face for an overlay, not gonna lie.
Gotcha.
Hello, baby. What do you want? That's my headphones. Please don't do that.
Okay.
Kitty, you're not helpful to me specifically, but also to you.
Hey, thank you, Clue Emily, for the 20. Our first tip of the stream. Woo! So that is going to put us evenly at our first face camera expansion milestone. So it's time for me to say, howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, expanded as I always do in Nashville, Tennessee. Oh no, I put your camera where my face goes. So, hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna... Oh, that's really... Now I'm hiding, which is not my intention. Hold on. There we go.
Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah, so now I'm down here on your Corrales mousepad. So thank you, Clue Emily, for helping us determine that. Hey, Big Shirt.
Determining that Joe was really bad at this.
Thank you for the 2. That puts us 18 away for the next face camera expansion, as you can see on our abacus here. Okay. And once again, tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. I should probably copy and paste that. Cleo's low in the mix.
Get down.
I can turn myself down, but I don't think I can turn Cleo up any further. Let me try, though.
Why can't you hear me?
Oh, wait. There you go. Okay, I turned Cleo up by 30%.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, that's so loud.
It's so loud.
I don't know if that's loud for the viewers, but that in my ears, I gotta.
Leo, I can now smack. Why can I smack Joe? I don't even want to smack Joe. Joe's not done anything to me today.
Not today.
I was very clear about that today.
Dang it. Okay. So while I was trying to adjust that, I wasn't looking at the glue.
Mm-hmm.
And
did you just knock all your glue over?
Well, no, I wasn't holding this down in the place it needs to, and so part of it didn't glue. I need to re-glue part of it.
Of course. He's in the lower left of your screen on his stream, which means he's in smacking range.
Okay, so now we're just gonna hold that there.
Just hold it and hold it and hold it.
Okay.
That's all you can do for the next 5 minutes. Sounds frightening if you have early or late. Wild deer in your yard and wild boars at your campus. Yeah, that sounds dangerous. Imagine if you're having like an exam and it was just sort of like, I couldn't come today. There were wild boars. Would they be okay with that? Is what I want to know. It would.
I think the university I went to, they famously like didn't believe in taking, like canceling classes for like any reason, and so when I was there, they were like, the last time we canceled class was in like 1908 or something, and somebody's herd of cattle had gotten onto campus. And that was how long ago it was. There were still cattle around the university. And whereas now it's in the middle of the city, basically.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay. Hey, we just got a tip from Laura for 20. Thank you, Laura. I can't show the abacus on screen, but I am moving the beads. Well, actually, wait, I can hold it up over here. But yeah, so now, as you can see, we are 18 away from the next face camera expansion after this one that we're about to do now. Laura says, it's time to take the hot out of the hot bar. Well, you know what? Time to put the hot somewhere else. I guess we're going to put the hot all over this mouse pad? Whatever. Yay.
I don't know. It's a good mouse pad.
It's fun. Oh, that's fun because of my chroma glasses. You can... Oh, this looks great. This is what people come here for.
This is what the stream is for. This is why we're here. This is why we do this. I need to go and look at Joe.
Oh yeah, Badger Spanner says Cleo can stroke Joe's little head like a tiny pet now, and
hang on.
Eve Staroo says please don't encourage Joe Cat again. Yeah, you missed me doing my cat impression. which was very anime and not very cat.
There, Joe. There.
Oh, that just came through. But yeah, that was perfect. You lined that up great.
I do try sometimes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get my face sewn into whatever Cleo's craft is, clearly.
I
See,
mean,
just so you...
I'm gonna stab you repeatedly is what we're gonna do. Like,
yeah, so when you're holding it that high up, though, it's actually, like, just out of frame above the camera. Yeah.
There. I can't do it. I can do it there. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's either that or I have my camera, like, 5 foot up in the air.
Well, I had to move mine up, and I was like, well, now I've got all this extra space on the desk. So what I did was I just put all the castle parts around, strewn about. Oh yeah, Lego minifig for scale. Wait,
what I really need is I need like a stand about this height, which is about here, but freestanding that can look straight down.
Well, that's what I've got with the ring light.
Mm-hmm.
The ring light can tilt forward at a 90-degree angle, so the ring light is now...
Not all perfect, Joe. Not all of us can be Joe. I can feel Joe going, how do I respond to this?
No, it's that I have... No, it just... Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay. This is the part that I let go of too soon earlier, and so now I'm terrified of letting it go too soon again and having it messed up a second time. Because, like, the glue starts being a problem. Like, it won't fix if it's not good.
I agree. It is not good if the glue breaks. I love Joe, but please don't make everyone Joe. That sounds terrifying. I know, right?
Hazel says, I once had recess shortened because there was a snake outside the classroom. It was just chilling and blocking the only door. Well, that is a fire hazard. You can't just have a snake outside your only door. You need 2 snakes outside of 2 doors.
You need a roof exit where a helicopter can come and take you away from all the snakes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the only way. And if you don't, then it's a fire hazard.
Mm-hmm.
Fact.
Yeah. My daughter kept leaving
universe.
things in front of the exit of the apartment, and I was like, no, you can't do that. That's a fire hazard. And so then she decided that anything that she didn't like the location of was a fire hazard for me to fix. And I'm just kidding. It's not how it works.
It's not how it works. But it might as well work that way for all the good you're going to get out of it.
Yeah. When she was like 4, we had a bunch of her baby toys that we took to donate to like Goodwill, you know, so like little kids could have them or whatever. And she came in to like I guess where I had my computer set up because I had a Rubik's Cube there. And she's just like, you're too big for this now. A little kid needs it. And walks off with it. I was like, thanks.
I sense that she didn't like it. It's just my hunch.
Yeah, well, I think she just wanted to play with my Rubik's Cube, but...
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Hey, thank you very much to Kyle Valier for tipping 50, who says, hi, Joe and Cleo. Cleo is truly amazing, and your last life video is truly amazing. Well, I haven't seen your most recent life video, but I am glad that you are out there inspiring people to live their best, Cleo. Let's see. The first 18, that gets us 1 expansion. 38 gets us the next one. Then 48, 50. That puts us 8 away from the next expansion beyond those 2. So let's get both of those processed real quick. Oh my gosh, the mouse is not designed for this. Expand. Do-do-do-do. And numero dos, more Joes, do. Okay, so I am now like completely blocking your camera. So now we have two
That's
problems.
fine.
I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna move your camera up just a little bit. Just a little bit. There we go. And now it's like in my torso.
Where I've always wanted to be, Joe. Not gonna lie.
Of course, I don't blame you. So
Yeah, no, that's just where your heart lives.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's in the in the words of Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog, if home is where the heart is, then your real home's in your chest.
um, sure, we'll go with that. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Yeah, people are saying I'm a Teletubby now because I don't know if you can see this, Cleo.
Hang on, I probably can. Let me just.
Yeah.
I just need to switch up monitors.
Hi.
I think it's more deserving because you just got this one naked arm on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, this is like an Austin Powers gag.
Oh, this is creepy. This is creepy. Yes, please. I'm not going to look at that anymore. I can't. I can't. It's just.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh yeah, it's very Kilroy-is here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, I think that we're ready. This internal part here seems like it's on basically well enough. So, now we need to attach the external part, which is 10-2. That's this wall. This wall's going to go around the outside of that curve.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy is never a good thing to say.
Yeah, these curves are real. They're problematic, Cleo, to say the least. They're problematic.
They're problematic curves.
They're hydromatic. They're curved driveways. Okay, so I think that maybe I just glue the leading edge, hold it down. I can't find any of my binder clip clamps that I was using in previous weeks. It's really frustrating.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
So but honestly, I don't know that I would be able to even use those in this context because of the way this is. So maybe who cares? Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna glue this one big tab here, and then we'll worry about the rest of the curve once we have this secured.
Seems fair.
Okay.
Good plan. Okay, I'm going to finish this row, and then I'm going to work on a bauble and some Christmas lights on the reindeer's antlers, because he's got baubles and Christmas lights hanging from the antlers.
Now, for the American crowd, a bauble, in the context of a Christmas, is like a Christmas ornament. What some people might call a Christmas tree ball.
Which is... Okay. Do you really not call them baubles?
No.
Okay.
I only know what that word is from Doctor Who. Well, actually, no, so I know that word in other contexts from school, but, like, baubles are just a generic word for, like, things that are shiny but not necessarily valuable. But,
yeah,
we don't have Christmas tree baubles.
Okay. They're ornaments in North America,
Ornaments,
right?
yes.
Everything on a Christmas tree is an ornament. How do you differentiate between your ornaments?
Like I said, they call those just balls.
Right. Understood.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Grant Rogers says bauble or bauble? No, it's bauble as in Bravo Alpha Uniform Bravo Lima Echo, I think.
Okay. I'm going to work on my bauble.
Bauble.
Just bauble.
A little bauble, do you?
It's going to be a green one. Green.
Yeah, Laura
My
Morgan, you
favorite
spelled it
color.
right. Thank you, Laura Morgan.
Green is my favorite color, but not this green. This green is reminding me of limes. There's nothing wrong with limes.
I don't know what a Christmas egg corn is, but I like the mince pies, mistletoes, and balls.
My daughter's wondering if you ever started an episode with the wrong character skin on. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Usually we have a little chat before the session starts, and then somebody goes, "Oh, I need to change my skin," and then everybody else goes, "Oh, me too." That's how that works.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, that reminds me. I should change into other hermits' skins occasionally, just so the people on Reddit who watch Name MC like a hawk can be like, "Why is Joe wearing Cub Fan's skin today? Oh, what's he recording? Oh, what? That could be anything. What madness is this?" And really, it's just me like clicking stuff.
You clicking stuff.
It's like,
It's just what happens, you know. It's like it's fine.
mm-hmm.
Right, gonna start some Christmas lights. Oh, these are random, so.
Egg corns are misspellings that basically still work. Ah, okay.
They're what? What? I'm very confused already.
Egg corn. It's a corruption or common misconstruement of a word. E.g., acorn becomes egg corn. Okay.
Oh.
I'd never heard that.
I did not
before.
know that.
I'm learning too.
Nice, Minon. Yay! We're learning.
Yay. Hey, welcome, Kindle's Twitch. Not So Noble says Mojang should replace the skin chooser with the skin randomizer for a week. I mean, I could see that being a good April Fool's gag.
Yeah.
But, like, I feel like it would have to be something that, like, they have the rights to that's recognizable. And I don't know what Microsoft has the rights to that's recognizable other than, like, the Microsoft Office assistants. And it's like you're either Clippy or the dog or whatever. And I don't even know what a Clippy Minecraft skin would look like, but I'm already horrified.
Flying. It would be terrifying. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Clippy is a paperclip. Unlike me.
Joe is not.
Paperclip.
At least that's what Joe wants you to think.
I work very hard to maintain that.
This is true.
Cleo, did you ever read Asimov's Foundation?
I didn't, no.
Okay, well, never mind. That's a dead end.
Was there going to be a joke there?
No, there's a new TV series I've been watching with my daughter based on the novels. Because, like,
Nope.
I've been trying to get her... She's been wanting to watch more movies together, and she's, like, keeps asking me to find movies that are, like, what she calls family movie stuff that's for kids and grown-ups, not just kids stuff. And so we watched the Will Smith I, Robot the other week. And so I was like, oh, hey, you liked that I, Robot thing that was based on a story by Asimov, and there's an adaptation of Foundation that's coming out, so why don't we watch that? And it's pretty, like, most of the themes of, like, Empire and things like that, she was already familiar with from Avatar: The Last Airbender, so she was surprisingly quick on the uptake with most of it. But
I am not surprised by that.
yeah. Anyway, like, going into details about, like, the specific choices that they made while adapting it and stuff isn't a good conversation if you haven't read the books or seen the show. So that's why I was like,
no,
well,
that would be, yeah.
I wasn't like
I
trying
like
to
to
call
learn
you
stuff like that, so you know, I might watch it in the future. So I say that I've got so many things on my watch list currently. It's just like, oh no.
Okay. So I need to get this basically curved so that I'm worried I'm going to end up having to hold this in place part way here. Yeah, that's going to be the only way to really do this, is just to work my way across on this curve with the glue.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to glue another third of it. Now that we've got this one tab fixed, we're going to put glue on another third of it, wrap it around, and then I think I can hold that if I use one hand, but it might... no, it's going to be two hands. That's the worst. Cleo, I immediately regret my choices.
Yeah, that happens quite substantially, I've found.
Quite frequently, too, is the really upsetting part. Okay.
I don't know if I'm upset if they happen frequently or substantially. I think I'm more upset when they happen substantially.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, things go wrong for me on the regular. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you come out of that thread. No. Oh, I've done lots of little green bits on there, and the reason why is because it's got green and orange Christmas lights. Those well-known green and orange Christmas lights. I'm not judging. That's a lie. Totally judging. There is no Last Airbender movie.
Yeah, and there's no Warren Bossing say either, but, you know, people talk.
They do, I'm afraid. That's the problem. And now is where the back becomes an absolute sty.
I mean, that's fine, Cleo.
I suppose it's fine.
Because you're gonna put felt or something on the back anyway, right? You had all those felt
squares.
Oh,
I'm just gonna stick it to a card or something.
Okay. Oh, okay. See, I thought those felt squares were like the backing frames or whatever.
Oh yeah, you can. I could put it into one of these things, but it's square, so it wouldn't look so good. So this one.
I thought you had a square one. No.
I have cards.
Okay.
So I've got cards and stuff that I can put them on. So if I stuck it on there, put a bit of ribbon on it, presto changeo is card.
Oh, people are asking me to clarify. I'm talking about the new Foundation TV series in particular.
Where is that on?
No, it's on Apple TV.
Ah, that would be why I do not have the Apple TV.
Mm-hmm. It's worth it for Ted Lasso alone, in my opinion, but I also really enjoyed... Because at the point where I'm paying for it, I'm going to watch other stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that I'm paying for it. I think I got it free when I bought my computer. Because I do all my editing in Final Cut Pro, and so I got one of those fancy M1 laptops, and yeah, it's nice. But yeah, Mythic Quest, which is a show about making an MMORPG on there, is one of my favorites. They have two seasons of that. For All Mankind, which is a alternate history show about the Russians basically trolling America into spending ludicrous amounts of money on our space program. Yeah, so the basically, Cleo, do you remember how like we tried to bankrupt the Soviets by tricking them into spending all their money on intercontinental missiles?
Yeah.
Right? It's basically the Soviets are trying to do that with our space program to us. And so it's like, what if NASA's budget just dwarfed the rest of military spending? Because the Soviets keep doing these dumb things. So like the show starts with them landing on the moon in 1969 on like June 21st or something. Like a month before.
Wouldn't Halloween paper crafting be more appropriate, even though that's not as popular in the UK? I don't have any Halloween paper crafting to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Sorry, Joe. So I like the idea of just like trolling the Americans to spend more money.
Yeah. So they land on the moon a month before us. and then
Mm-hmm.
like I don't want to like spoil all the plot points of the show, but just for examples, um, so then it's like um, so it's like okay, they land on the moon a month before us, and
Mm-hmm.
then um, when we finally get to the moon, the next week they land a woman on the moon and are talking about how sexist America is. Yeah, unlike the Soviet Union, they don't let women advance and things like that. And
I see.
so then like they've got to so part of it too is that like America actually passes the Equal Rights Amendment and um so and they're trying to get a bunch of like women who are pilots caught up on astronaut training quickly to beat the Soviets, and then the Soviets have already moved on to the next thing, and they're just like one upping us left and right. And
That does sound really funny.
but the
Roulette
thing,
Crafters resubscribed.
sorry,
Thank you. Sorry.
yeah, and
Go for
and
it.
like the show has like some pretty big time skips in there too, because like obviously you can't just build a space program in like 8 weeks. So it starts in like 1969, and then season two ends with a teaser of like 1990, and like
Mm-hmm.
there's Nirvana playing, and it's and we're further out in the solar system by that point with 1990s technology.
Yeah,
It's pretty cool.
I understand. It does sound really cool, actually. Um, you ruined my no Christmas until streak. Snowmen already. It's not even Halloween yet. The thing about Christmas crafting is you got to get it done early. So if I had like 20, I don't, but if I had like 20 of these things to make, I've already been going for at least an hour and I haven't got halfway through yet. So, you know, this is the way that crafting affects you.
Yeah, well, that's the thing though, is if you're making gifts for people, you can't start December 1st. You can't
No,
wait until Advent begins. You can't. You got to get it knocked out now.
yeah. And this is totally why I'm doing it. So Joe's going to give me his address and then I'm going to have to send him something, you see. That's how that works.
Yeah.
Okay. Still working on the bauble. Can't start December the 1st. Try me. I mean, international shipping and stuff doesn't. I don't know. Don't know when that cuts off. It's usually somewhere at the beginning, somewhere like December 2nd.
Okay. So I think I've got that glued well enough. It should hold.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna hold this closer to the camera at an angle so you can see it's this. So we've got the internal and external wall around this driveway here, which is like its own whole thing.
Yeah,
I think I'm
that's
gonna
a
turn on
pain.
an extra light in the room. Oh no, it's popping off. As soon as I decide I'm gonna get up, it's like nope, I'm not actually glued. You shouldn't have picked me up and shown me to people. Stupid sentient driveway. Hold on, can I
Those
reach the light switch
driveways
from
were.
here with my headphones on? Let's. Cause I can't really take the headphones off while holding this. Okay. Okay, this is a stretch, but hold on.
Stretch.
Like I'm literally like I'm like trying not to hit the light switch with the driveway thing, but my knuckle instead. Oh gosh, I just inhaled a bunch of air. Dang it.
Whose hair?
Mine. I'm not good at having long hair yet. I thought I had it all behind the headphones, and I clearly didn't.
Fair.
Welcome,
That's fair.
Serenity Sarah.
Hair is fun. Long hair is fun.
Okay.
I don't even know where you are in the pattern. I'm here. I've been keeping. The thing is, because I've got books here, I can't push the pattern back any further. I'm here, but if I turn it that way, it's going to be such a pain in the bum to read. So, if I move it off to a side there,
Whoops.
and do it like that, I could probably still read it. So, and you can see the one that I'm working on. Because I know people were thinking I was working on the snowman. I'm not working on the snowman.
Oh, you're not working on the snowman.
No, I'm doing the reindeer.
Oh, I thought you were just recoloring the thing around the snowman to make it your own.
No. I decided the snowman was too white.
Mm-hmm.
So, not good at having short hair yet. See, short hair I find is something that Like my mum basically chopped off like most of my hair when I was like 4,
Mm-hmm.
and I apparently it affected me so much that I didn't ever have short hair again.
Oh no.
Hated it. So, yep.
Okay.
What happens
I think it's
sometimes.
been held down long enough. I'm gonna let go of it and hope it doesn't pop off.
Again.
Okay. So this part that we worked on earlier. Oh wait, no, we gotta have that dry. We gotta have this dry. Dang it, all this stuff connects.
That is the problem. It
Yeah.
all connects.
Okay, you know what? Let's go back and do. So this.
Don't mind how it looks. Baking supply saws and Zeno cell. What's this in relation to? Oh, they're talking about baking in my stream. Oh, okay. I also like baking, but I don't like the washing up required for baking, so I don't bake. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, actually, wait. Maybe this wall is supposed to go.
1, 2,
Oh, I screwed that up already too. Dang it.
5.
Can I curve this the other way? Okay.
You cut all your hair off 2 years ago and dyed it crazy colors. I am probably at some point going to start re-dyeing my hair because I like it. You know, I like it dyed. I haven't decided. I mean, pretty much when the next wave of the pandemic hits, probably after that. Might bake while on vacation, even though I can't really eat anything. Oh, Badger, you said you've got loads of papercraft stuff for me. That would be good. I don't have a printer, which is my problem.
Okay, so this
So
then goes in here.
I would like, but cannot.
Okay, wait. So actually, we need to do this wall here too. Dang it. Okay.
I see where you're going from, and I would appreciate it, but you know, I will try and get some Halloween stuff to do, but that involves going to Hobbycraft, and you know what that's like, I'm sure. Telling Joe that my hair was done at one point was at your tush. Had to braid it every morning to work in the coffee shop. Eventually had it cut, and the weight difference nearly gave you a headache. My hair doesn't get much beyond the middle of my back. It just seems to stop growing then. So I would like really long hair, but you know, we can't have everything.
Mm-mm. Where would we put it all? Okay, so...
In my extra dimensional space portal, which I would have because I have everything.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Yeah, at the point where you have everything, you might as well have proper storage for it.
Exactly. That's how that works.
Okay, so I'm realizing I haven't locked down this this wall here yet, which we need to do before we can do the next part.
Hair has a growing. Everybody's hair has a growing length. The place that it will get to before it stops. Mine is the middle of my back, effectively. Yep. Some people's terminal growth length is crazy long, like crazy long.
Okay.
Okay. So this bit is the ear, and this is this bauble, and this is this bauble. So, not doing badly actually.
Mm-hmm.
I might finish off the blue now. Now that I've got like waypoints and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
that might work.
Yeah, I'm stuck holding this wall. Hey, don't panic flip. Good morning. Glad you could join us, George. I am currently
Mum says,
holding this, it's hard to show, but there's a little gate here, and if I move, I'll ruin it forever. So, of course, I'm moving it around to show you. This is demonstrative of my good choice making skills.
I would really like to have long hair, but I mean, I have long hair, but I don't have long hair. So, you know, because I can't. So if I ever have long hair, it's because I've got extensions.
Ooh.
Which is something that I would like to try at least once.
Are those popular?
Because everybody, they're not unpopular, I suppose. I think it's something that everyone should try at least once if they like long hair. So, you know, everyone deserves Disney princess moment once in their life, kind of thing. You want your hawk back? Is that your faux hawk?
It might have been a mohawk.
Might have been. Probably
If I
was,
got
to be
one,
fair.
Cleo,
If you got one, I would be.
it would be a Joe Hawk.
God.
Just saying.
You're not wrong. You're
I'm
just
not.
obnoxious.
I'm rarely wrong, but frequently obnoxious. That should be my new Twitter bio.
Yeah.
I'm rarely wrong, but don't use that power for good.
The dreadlock extensions count, aka braiding dreads. Yeah. If that's your type of hair and you've got like proper on full on dreadlocks, I've seen those things swish. Those things are like better than real hair in some cases. My friend has like dreadlocks that goes down to when she has them in, goes down to her hips. And then one day she like every so often she'll take them all out, and she has got like the shortest curly hair. It's mind blowing how much that happens, but it's just she swishes her hair like something chronic. It's great. I love her hair.
Okay, I think I can let go of this now. But I gotta. There's like certain parts around it that need like extra, like they weren't getting held down properly. So I'm gonna switch where my pressure is. But yeah, anyway, for anybody just coming in, we're doing this little gate here next to this courtyard. This is a little beer garden, I think. Yeah, this is the beer garden.
I don't know. I'm not a physicist, Jibbles. So ended up donating your hair to a charity that makes wigs for children with alopecia. They ended up making 2 wigs out of it. That is a lot of hair.
Wow.
That is a lot of hair, Badger. So 2 wigs worth of hair.
Yeah, see, I don't know, even if I grew my hair out, I don't know if I could get it long enough for that.
I mean...
Like, I mean, even for one. Because, like, I think there's, like, a minimum length limit for wig donation.
Yeah. I mean, my hair, I haven't taken very good care of it today. My hair is relatively long. But at this length, unless I was willing to, like, you know, crop it all off apart from, like, an inch, I don't think I would be able to get a wig out of it. Because that's basically its terminal length there.
Gotcha.
So...
George says he also wishes he could grow hair long enough to do a Disney princess cut. Yeah,
everybody needs to do a Disney princess cut. Sorry,
I'm thinking about it. It's like I'm surprised Disney hasn't done a short-haired princess. Oh yeah. Wait. Rapunzel.
Tangled.
At the end of Tangled,
yeah.
She has short hair.
Yeah. So, technically yes.
Technically yes. Yeah.
But reality, no.
Yeah. When people think Rapunzel, they don't think short hair.
No, they do not.
Okay, I think I can let go of this now. Okay. So now, this wall here is supposed to meet up with this here on that side. I need to let this dry better before I actually
forced to cut your hair short by your mother.
Course.
Yeah, I hated my hair being short. I hated it so much that my mother never cut it off again. Apparently, I was quite vocal about it.
Oh, Mulan cut her hair. Good point, Centurion.
That's true. She did.
Oh, and Snow White doesn't have super long hair. See,
Yeah, I
y'all are
suppose.
coming in and making me feel better about my hair. Thank you.
Your hair's very pretty, Joe.
Thank you, Cleo. For those of you who can't see it because it's behind Cleo's thing, I guess I could stand up or something. Is that gonna... Wait, no, now I'm just out of frame. Now you can just see the back of my tank top, which is transparent. If I, like, do the little elevator thing where I'm, like, pantomiming going down an elevator. Is that pantomime if I'm talking? Maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, your hair isn't far off mine.
Yeah, I couldn't tell how long that was because I can't actually see it when I'm facing away from the camera
I've
because
got
the
like
camera's
another...
over the monitor.
I've got another 5 or 6 inches on you.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Depends on what we can short. More than 5-inch hair isn't really short, so neither Morlan or Snow won't hit that, but Rapunzel does. Excuse me, phone's going off.
Badger Spanner writes, I'm going to braid Joe's hair in 2 months. Not if I braid it first. Although I really probably can't. Like, I can braid my daughter's hair because I can see it in front of me, but I don't know if I could actually braid hair without being able to see it. Because I've never tried. NJ says, my brother grew his hair out and now he's almost a spitting image of Weird Al. Oh, he should, like, sign things at malls. That's, like, a good way to make some extra income.
Unlisted number. That's what I love. Shaved your almost long length hair a couple of years ago because you wanted to try it when I could still let them grow back just in case I didn't like it. Can only recommend to try it. No.
Dang it, are ads showing up on my screen? Dang it. How do I turn... Yeah, apparently when you run ads, they show up on my stream.
I'm very sorry about that.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a weird... Can you warn me first so that I... Because, like, from... since I'm simul-streaming it to YouTube...
I did. Sorry, it wasn't me that run the ads.
It isn't?
It wasn't, no.
Oh, well...
It was basically... Cleo goes off stream, Cams tend to run an ad.
I gotcha, because, like, I don't
there.
know if I can rebroadcast ads onto YouTube from Twitch without, like, some sort of terms violation.
I understand that. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I just... Yeah, give me a heads up next time, please.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I'm... Even though... So, because I'm not using a window, but I'm using an OBS browser source, I can't actually be logged in.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I don't think I would normally see ads, because I think I'm subscribed to you, so...
It's such a pain in the bum, isn't it? It's because he's not logged into Twitch on the browser source he's using.
Yeah, I don't think I can be logged into Twitch on the browser source, can I? Because it's
Cam
like...
says he didn't think he'd get ads, but OBS is weird sometimes.
Yeah.
It is. Oh my god, Cleo, I used to watch you on Hermitcraft and didn't know you had a Twitch. What you making? I'm making Christmas cards at the moment because Christmas is coming and the geese, they's be getting fat, you know.
Cleo, I remember when you were on Hermitcraft. Those were the days.
Those were the days.
This is the time to remember, 'cause it will not last forever.
I mean, that's fairly fatalistic of you, Joe.
These are the days to hold on to, 'cause we won't, although we'll have wanted to.
I remember when you were on Hermitcraft, Joe.
Aw, thanks, Cleo.
Yeah, back in the old days of 2 days ago.
Yeah, I haven't logged in because I've been editing. It's like, why aren't you on Hermitcraft? Because I'm working on Hermitcraft.
I was thinking Halloween would be more fitting for a zombie to enjoy. I do enjoy it. Look, there are not very many cross-stitch Halloween kits going on. So, you know, the fact that you make Christmas cards for peeps is absolutely adorable. Well, like, this is the first time I've done it in years. So, you know, I might as well do it since I'm here with Joe.
Oh, thank you, Cleo.
You're welcome. Don't know what that voice was. I didn't like
You're
it.
welcome.
You're welcome.
It's like my daughter mocking me voice. Is what it sounds like.
I mean, aren't most things your daughter mocking you?
Oh, you gotta load the dishwasher properly. It's like, you do, because you'll start a fire if plastic falls to the bottom. Okay, like, it's not a joke. It's serious dishwasher business. Like, she gets frustrated sometimes because it's like, it seems like all these instructions are how to not set things on fire. And I'm like, well, that's a kitchen for you. It's like the microwave is about how to not set things on fire. Using the oven and the stove is about how to not set things on fire. It's like, this is...
It's just against her, really,
Yeah, like...
You'd think they'd stop making things really flammable, wouldn't you?
Well... If I could use a Stream Link with an MPV player, I don't need a Stream Link. But, thank you.
When do we get awkward bathroom cross... What?
Oh, hold on. I've got a great one of those. One of my friends has a great cross stitch that says, please don't snort coke in the bathroom.
I mean, I can get behind that.
Yeah, because he's a pharmacist and he doesn't want to lose his license. Like, he can't have people doing drugs in his house. But also, I do have a cross stitch here that my friend Shannon Sarr made that says, in this house we follow Groundhog Day rules. I still have the cardboard she shipped it to me in because I haven't had time to frame it yet. I keep meaning to, but the day keeps getting away from me. So
I mean, yeah. To all our peers, cheered biddies, thank you. I am indeed having a lovely day. Doesn't sound like Joe is, though, because it sounds like
knocked over the abacus, but I remembered that we were 8 away from the next face camera expansion regardless.
Just Korean cosplaying as the This Is Fine dog in a burning house.
Yeah, but like we had a disagreement about whether or not she knew how to use the microwave. And I'm like, you know how to turn on the microwave, but you don't know what not to put in the microwave. And if you put the wrong things in the microwave, they'll catch fire or melt or ruin the microwave. So let's maybe step back a little bit.
Sorry. Let's learn how to not set things on fire.
Yeah, so I've been getting her caught up on that. Yeah, yes, Shannon does do commissions. That's why I mentioned her by name. Let me go ahead and I'll post a link to her. She's, her unemployment benefits actually ran out recently, which is why I've been trying to be better about crediting her and letting people know where they can reach her, which is at twitter.com/frostyplum. Her DMs are open, and she's accepting new commissions now.
Great name. As a child who now needs to use the microwaves, messing up instructions also causes fire. I mean, yeah. Hang on.
Cthulhu Calais?
No, Kalaku. Cthulhu Kalaku. That's what it is. Has subscribed. Yay! More cryptids. The Painbow Road. Everything is pain.
Dang it, I could have sworn I posted a picture of that please don't snort coke in the bathroom cross stitch, but I can't find it, so it's fine. Yeah, fast food burger in a foil wrapper and a metal spoon will both cause problems in the microwave.
They will.
And the thing is, so will thin plastic that's not designed to be like the popcorn bags come in a thin plastic sheath, and you gotta remove that, or they'll melt or catch fire.
Sometimes things will melt, and it'll be all your fault. Even if you teach it the right way.
Well, I mean, at a certain point, like, I mean, like, I accept that I'm gonna have to replace an appliance here or there if my kid, doesn't use it properly. Like, I feel like that's the sort of thing, like, Um, when you're a new parent, you don't buy a new couch. You wait until the kids are like 15, maybe, and then maybe 16. Maybe it's a college going away present for yourself. When they leave for college, you get a nice couch. But like you don't get
A nice.
you don't get a nice couch when your kid is 2, right?
Correct. Correct. If you do, you deserve everything that you get. Because you know what was supposed to happen.
Mahi Zero says, when my sister was in kindergarten, she tried to microwave some leftover McDonald's because my mom told her she could have it for breakfast the next day, and she set the microwave on fire. She told my mom about the fire, saying, "Mom, I saved my sweater." It took a minute for my mom to get her to say what she saved the sweater from.
And choo-choo, we have another hype train thanks to Crux, who's cheering biddies. Thank you very, very much. Had one of those powerful microwaves at work for like making sides like gravy. People learn the hard way while you tell them it's not for heating up normal meals. I can see that. I can see that.
Okay.
Those are macrowaves. Not convinced by that, but okay. As a child, I was a bit of a pyromaniac. Me too! But then I burnt my finger on a candle, never touched fire. The thing that stopped me from... Okay. When I was about very little years of age, my sister was 3 years older than me. And my mom had just got a new 3-piece suite.
What's a 3-piece suite?
It's like couch and chairs.
Oh, okay. I would not have gotten that from context.
Trillibytes has subscribed. Thank you very much. If you look to your left and your right, you'll see there are no exits, even after what I'm about to say. And my sister basically got matches, and we played with fire, and we burnt my mum's new 3-piece suite, and she was so mad, and I ended up throwing up over because she sent us to bed, and I ended up throwing up over my sister's bed because I was crying so much.
Wow.
So yeah. So you got to control your burning nature of things so it doesn't damage people's new furniture.
Yeah. So in our last apartment, we had a fireplace, and so I could kind of teach her about using fire safely in that context.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
It's okay to be a pyro, but you just got to do it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand. Bit of a monster when I was growing up. It's an expensive lesson. I mean, it didn't set the whole thing on fire. It got a burn mark on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't like, the whole thing went up.
But still, I mean, it's the new couch or whatever.
It was the new couch.
Oh boy.
So you're correct. Do not buy new furniture while your children are still children.
Yeah, my parents got so much nice furniture once my brothers and I moved out. And they still had my sister there. But they're just well, she's not gonna ruin it. And I'm like, okay.
She's probably, I mean, there was only 2 girls, we ruined things because fire.
Yeah, apparently.
Always been a little bit of a pyro. Little bit. My siblings tried to set my toes on fire once. Okay, at this point I have questions that I don't necessarily think will be adequately explained.
Hey, welcome raiders. Talp the Scott, glad you could send some folks my way for a change. If you've not seen my work before, I'm Joe Hills. I've got my friend ZombieCleo down here in this window that I'm pointing at. We're both doing arts and crafts stuff together. Cleo is working on a reindeer cross-stitch, and I am building a paper model of Castle Hohenzollern from Germany. This is...
Because I already...
Yeah, Cleo finished her castle model already. We're both building them because we're making this project in Minecraft and we wanted to have a better understanding of the space in 3 dimensions. But yeah, welcome JD Lady and Talp Raiders. I'm gonna temporarily turn off the follower only chat just so I can say hello to any of the Shadow Council folks there who are raiding. Yeah, that's how I know Talp is through the Shadow Council.
Ah, okay.
So hey, Delg. I know Delg too. He ran a Call of Cthulhu game I played in. Actually, a couple of them. I think. Yeah, I think we played 2 different games.
Crux and Talusk have both resubscribed for 4 months now. That's a long old time. I'm very confused as to why. But that's okay.
I don't know what is going on outside. There's like multiple ambulances, fire engines.
I'll be honest, I can definitely hear something going on at your place.
Now I'm hearing something that either sounds like a different siren or dogs trying to copy the siren noises. And it's like, that's really impressive. I've never seen dogs try to copy a sound before.
I mean, it does sound a little bit sinister, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm like, is this what the sirens are for? The dogs have started, like, trying to communicate, and they're like, oh no, we gotta shut it down. We got another outbreak of dog talk.
I mean, I can see it.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Delg says, hoping to pop off a few. I'm assuming you mean more Call of Cthulhu games during the spooky month. But hey, definitely, yeah, I'll keep an eye on the Discord. I would love to play again. Have you had the chance to play Call of Cthulhu at all, Cleo?
I've played Call of Cthulhu many times. I do remember one particular campaign where we really annoyed the GM, where it was a case of we opened up the door and we saw these ghouls. I'm going to call them. I am assuming they're ghouls that were eating people and then dancing in the moonlight, and we just went, nope. I shut the door again because they hadn't noticed us because we were sneaking, and then we ran away. And yeah, it was just like, but that was a fight. I wanted you to. No.
Yeah, I was going to say, I haven't heard of a lot of people running a Call of Cthulhu campaign. I always play in one-shots because the characters aren't expected to live, you know? And that's one of the things I like about the game, is because I know that my character will probably die by the end, I'm not too stressed out about it. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
yeah,
I'm just going to have fun in the moment because life is fleeting, you know? Every moment is precious when you're not devoured yet.
Yes.
Okay, I think that glue is set enough. We can let go of that.
Thank you for the biddies, Mini Cheese Mouse. I feel for the DM. The thing is, you know the group because, you know, you've DM'd for us.
Oh, does the person saying, I feel for that DM, that was your DM?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
that wasn't a particular DM.
I'm glad you're capable of empathy. Oh, I thought it was going to be self-empathy or self-understanding. But whatever.
Oh,
anyway,
no.
Matthew
but they
Lavis...
have also had that situation with our group, because our group is just like, we play smart. Our characters survive.
Matthew Lavis just tipped 28. That's going to be 2 face camera expansions on the even. And he writes, high five. So, high five, Matthew Lavis. I managed to put my hand toward the camera without actually slapping it.
I'm very impressed. High five.
Is not my strong suit. So, here we go for that first face camera expansion.
Here we go, guys.
That money has been going straight to my head with each milestone we hit. Oh, no, you can't see the chains because they're behind Cleo. But I'll hold them up.
I assure you there are chains.
But now, like Jacob Marley, these chains I forged in life are about to begin pulling me down to the deep below. Enter the ghost. And then we have a second face camera expansion, so I can demonstrate that at this point, each additional face camera expansion will be accompanied by a corresponding drop in opacity. So here we go. Expand. Just do. Lowering that opacity now to 80%. Also, Mahi Zero says a lot of dogs try to copy sirens. Oh, really? I had no idea. So, anyway. Yay.
You can hear those dogs.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Probably something important.
Yeah. As a courtesy to your stream viewers, I'm going to take the chains off so that they're not blowing out the mic all the time for you.
It's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. A hermit one shot could be. I don't think any hermits apart from me and Joe are interested in.
I tried all through season 5 to get people to run Ravenloft with me, but we just and like people were interested, but we couldn't get the calendar to work. Was the problem? Because like as soon as people were like, "Oh, it's 3.5, 4 hours," no, I could only do that on Saturdays, and other people were like, I could only do that on Wednesdays. Like it was too long of a time period. But like a 90-minute session's too short for the game, honestly.
Oh, what? Easily too short.
And so that's
why every Saturday, Saturday is effectively my afternoon off. I'm running Tombs of Annihilation at the moment.
Oh, nice.
For my group.
How far is everybody? Without spoilers.
We've had 2 sessions which both have had to be cut short.
Oh no.
So not very far.
Gotcha. So are they still in Port Neon Zaro?
Yep, Port Neon Zaro still.
Well, I like Neon Genesis Neon Zaro. Genesis Zaro. I don't know. There's some sort of joke there.
Yeah, it just takes a bit of time to get them going sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
I think I might actually get them to do something this, you know, I might be able to actually get them to, because I'm running on Saturday actually, thinking about it. So I think my goal today is to get them in the jungle where they will suffer for their crimes.
Well, and that's one of the problems with these like starting towns that have so much to do, is it's hard to get the players to like leave because they're like, wait, I just want to explore this space, you know, and it's like I get that, but like I almost would rather have the first town be partway into the adventure, so like you just start on the road.
Yeah, I can see that. Remember the end of the world streams, Cleo? You had us play as ourselves and expected you to be heroes. No, I didn't expect you to murder children. That was a difference. That is not what I expected. You know, you can be yourselves and not murder children.
Yeah, like so. There's the American culture is very big on being yourself, but like at a certain point, you know, if you have certain traits, maybe you need to be a better self and not murder children. Like just I don't know. Throwing that out there.
Yeah, I did run for, a couple of patron sessions.
Demo says, whose dog is that? Well, the window is open, and I live in a densely populated city. So, I mean, one of 800,000 people's dogs. I don't know whose dog it is.
Dressed us on the party and started beach in the middle of nowhere. That sometimes works. The problem with my group is getting group cohesion very quickly because they're not always into that. Because they're just like, well, why would I trust these people? And it's just like, because they're in the same position as you. No.
Yeah. So the thing I've seen for that, and this is something that I've tried when I run one shots. I kind of give the caveat that like your group has been traveling together for about 18 months. You've probably each saved each other's lives 3 or 4 times, you know, that sort of thing. Just because like I don't want like in some settings it makes sense to like have the characters distrust each other at first, but like we don't have time for that in a 3-hour Curse of Strahd game.
Yeah,
right?
Well, this time I said you've all been raised by the same person for the last 10 years, and I still had issues, and it's just sort of like at a certain point it's not me.
Yeah.
It's fine. Joe does great one-shots. I've played with him I'm quite happy to play as a one-shot with Joe at some point.
Yeah.
You know?
So Cleo, that's the sort of thing too where like I'll let you know next time we're doing like a charity thing.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is a lot of times I would run my Ravenloft game at like 9 o'clock Central, which would be 3 a.m. your time. And that's why I haven't invited you in the past.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But like if I'm because like it's one of those things like, oh, it's Friday night in Ravenloft. You know, people tend to enjoy like scary stuff at night, you know. And
Yeah, no, I get that.
so if I'm running a game though that's earlier in the day, I can let you know. And
Yeah, cool.
sometimes I do run games for my Patreon folks. Like usually what I'll do is I'll do a test session of whatever I'm going to run for a charity event.
Mm-hmm.
I'll run for my Patreon people. So I could, and those sometimes would be more European friendly. So I can try and let you know if that would be of interest to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
That would be hilarious.
Cool.
I'm very much of the give me a character and I will play it.
Oh yeah. Well, and so for some of those, I do have pre-gen characters, or I'll say like, hey, these are the characters that I'm providing to the players at the charity game. So we need to make sure part of what we're testing is, are these characters playable, or like, oh, you know, this spell maybe would have been better, you know, replaced with this other spell, that sort of thing, you know. So yeah, I can give you a pre-gen character if you like, and it'll actually be helping gather data. Yay!
I'm quite happy to play games. At any point. Yeah.
Okay.
Is it pure D&D or do you do other systems?
So I usually run 5th edition, but the weekly group I'm in is Pathfinder, and I play Call of Cthulhu one-shots whenever I can, because I find that's the easiest to do pickup games of, because nobody expects their character to last more than one session.
Yeah.
Like, because a lot of groups are like looking for people like, hey, can you play every Tuesday indefinitely? And it's like, I can't commit to that right now. My life is chaos. But with Call of Cthulhu, it's like, hey, who's free one Saturday and never again? Ooh, I can be free that one Saturday and never again. Yes, sign me up.
Assault Tank has subscribed. Thank you for the subscription. If you look to your left and to your right, you will see there are no exits.
Yeah, somebody asked if they can join Hermitcraft. Yeah, sorry, it's an invite-only server, and I don't control the invites. So, womp womp. Last time I controlled the invites, I invited ZombieCleo. Everybody's like, we got enough of that.
Not doing that again. That seems like a really bad idea.
Yeah, Joe, you can no longer control the invites. Womp womp.
I mean, we get that question a lot. Can I join Hermitcraft? And it's always kind of like, do you do YouTube? No, but I'm going to try. And then I'm like,
it's really for established people.
It's really for people who've been doing this for a while and have found their own style that we don't have to teach them.
Yeah, because like I've already been doing YouTube since like I guess a decade now. And I've been streaming longer than that. I've been streaming since 2008. So, yeah, 13 years of streaming and 10 years of YouTube.
So, minimum. Or at least maybe not minimum, but, you know. Being an adult would help. Do you really want to join Hermitcraft or just think you do because it's really actually work? You're not wrong. It is actually work.
Yeah, hey, Cleo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say, next time that we reset the server, can I just let you know what I want from the seed and let you handle it? Because that was rough last time.
That was excruciating. I'm very sorry.
It was excruciating. No, I mean, I was glad to help you because I knew it was bad timing for you, and it was a good time for me to help you. But, like, I'm not ready to do that again in the next 18 months. Like,
No. I completely understand where you're coming from. How about we recommend to everyone that we just play the seed we're given? Do you think that'll go down well?
No.
No,
No, because I think one of the things that makes Hermitcraft unique is that we always, like, even that first seed was selected in season 1 for having the mushroom island right there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're always very meticulous about our seeds, but that doesn't mean I have to be meticulous about the seed. Maybe I can sit the next one out.
You can sit the next one out if that's what you want.
Yeah, I might kind of need. I'm trying to find things that I can delegate or step back from because I'm kind of overwhelmed right now.
I get it. I get it.
Okay.
When you pick a seed, you always go for a quad witch hut. I mean, I
That
can
is
understand why.
usually at least one person does request that. Oh, Assault Tank says. I thought you were saying Hermitcraft always has a quad witch hut.
Um, no, actually, I don't think anyone requested it this
I don't
time.
think. Yeah, not this time. I don't think because I
I
think
mean,
they've been
I
played
think,
out kind of.
yeah, quad witch huts have been done, so you know.
Okay, I'm wary of trying to glue the different walls of the same thing. At the same time, so I'm gonna just hold off on doing that other wall now.
Problem with picking a seed for Hermitcraft is that everybody has, because they make videos, they often have their own desires, if you know what I'm talking about.
Particular needs, let's say.
Yeah, because they already have plans that they want to do, and
Like our plans,
they
we
need.
needed a flower forest
Mhm.
for what we were gonna do.
Yeah, pretty much. I do like living in a flower forest. It is very nice.
Adorable Muskrat says, I didn't know streaming existed in 2008. Yeah, it did. I was streaming art because you couldn't really stream games because a computer couldn't run a game and video capture software at any sort of reasonable frame rate. So I was streaming Adobe Illustrator and drawing.
Of course you were, Joe. Of course you were.
I don't have to do high fives anymore if that helps. I mean, I can keep. I didn't hit the webcam that time. So, yeah. Just in case anybody else wants to give me a high five. Oh, wait. No, that's... Well, okay. If anybody wants to commission a cross-stitch, I've already got Frosty Plum's thing there. But let me copy and paste the PayPal link as well.
I let the game decide what seed I'm worthy of.
Okay.
I mean, I think if it was just me, I would just be happy with whatever, you know?
Yeah, well, if it was just me, I would play a seed like at Joe Hill's. And then when people are like, what's the seed? Oh, you know what I should do? I should go in and I'm gonna, you know what, I can do this right now. I can open up Minecraft right now and see what this will. I'm gonna take my PayPal link and see if it's a good seed.
Right? Go on, Joe.
Oh wait, but we need the new world gen. I don't think I've got a. Okay, so let me open up the latest snapshot and see what my PayPal link is. So that when people ask for the seed, okay, I'm a single parent. I need all the help I can get. Like I cannot afford to have shame. Is kind of where we're at on
shame
this.
is for other people.
Yeah. Okay. Da, 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 da. But I mean, really, that was when I started actually making money off of streaming. Is when I realized, like, oh, if I don't ask for money, I don't know how I'm gonna pay for this, like, divorce and taking care of my child on my own, and so I better start asking for money.
Well,
yeah,
you seem to have done really well with it, so you know.
Yeah, no, I mean it's going well. I can't complain. Still do frequently, but you know.
What shocked me about streaming was the fact that people wanted to watch me stream. I didn't really expect it to take off the way that it did.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, hooray, I guess. But yeah, it's literally meant I could go stream full time. So.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're still holding this. Yeah, I'm trying to one-handed open the Minecraft snapshot with I've got my mouse hand crossed under my other arm here. People want to know if I can stream the seed. Well, let me get it loaded first because it's still downloading the snapshot and stuff.
Only you, Joe. Only you.
Okay. Oh, I'm looking at all of the seeds that we can. I was expecting when I hit select world, that it would be empty, but it's not.
Full of all the seeds that we thought
It's
maybe.
like dozens. I think I probably went through like 50. Oh boy. Okay, so
Thank you, Joe.
you're welcome. Allow cheats on because I need to be able to fly. Seed for world generator. Okay, so we want it to be paypal.me/Joe Hills.
I don't mind your streams, Cleo. Wow. Thank
They're
you.
fine.
They're okay. They're
Okay,
alright.
generate structures, world type default, create new world, preparing for world creation. Was there a new snapshot today? No, I think this is still 38A. So that's last week's. But I didn't have that downloaded on this machine. So
Oh.
I usually do
Assault
snap.
tipped.
Sorry, go on.
5:55. I introduced my ex-girlfriend to my friends. My wife scolded me, "Don't call me that." What do you call... Oh my goodness. Are you doing jokes?
Okay. So hold on.
What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear? If medians communicate with the dead, imagine what a large could do. God.
Hey,
Those
Sarah.
are definitely jokes.
Sorry.
Thank you very much for the bits. Not the bits, the donation. It's appreciated.
Also, Sarah, thank you for the 20, who says, I've been enjoying your content for years for free. Love your craft streams with Cleo. So have some money, and greetings from Finland. Well, greetings to Finland, and thank you, Sarah. Here we go. It's time to expand Jost.
Add jokes. Yep.
And we're going to lower the Joe opacity now to 80%, I think. Oh, no, we're at 80, 70%. So we are $20 away from the most obnoxious face camera size, which is the Tony Stark helmet cam. Okay. Dang it, why am I not in creative mode? Game mode, creative. And we're gonna let the world load in. Oh. Okay, this is a flower forest with a cave and an underground lake directly across from like a snowy mountains. This is actually I'm gonna turn on the screen capture real quick.
Okay.
Hold on. How would I do that? I think the best way might be to temporarily turn off this and let it show through. Okay, so maybe this isn't a flower forest. It's just there's flowers here, but it's directly across from that. The game is OBS is not set up really for Minecraft, so the frame rate's terrible at the moment. But
That's a really nice seed.
yeah, like I could play on this.
I would play on that.
I could build my starter house on there. Let's just fly around a bit. We got a mushroom forest biome here.
Ooh, Devil Tony cheers bits. Thank you very, very much.
I'm curious about these cold biomes. Got a big plains out here. I probably wouldn't do much building in plains. That's not really my, like it's fine on Hermitcraft because we're surrounded by other interesting people building interesting things in interesting biomes. But like if I'm the only person in a single player world, I'm gonna do the stuff in the most interesting biome. You know?
Yeah, I often keep on thinking, oh, I should do a single player world that I just take through. And then I never do.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. I feel like if I was going to do a single player series at this point, like it'd be like the new Thaumcraft. Because they're apparently bringing it back.
I always like Thaumcraft.
Me too.
Oh, Devil Tony cheered biddies. I don't know if I'd already said thank you, but thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
Little village here. This might be... I might use this seed if I do like...
Cam.
I might use this seed for like if I do a Patreon event. Although it feels like I shouldn't be haranguing the Patreon people with the PayPal link because it's like you're already supporting me.
It does feel a bit.
They're the worst people to use this seed on because it's really
just like
ungrateful.
we already pay your bills, Joe.
It's very ungrateful of me. So yeah. Okay, well, I do need to like actually do whatever we're supposed to be doing. So let's turn the camera back on. Where's the right camera? Stream cam. Boom. Okay. Hey, Tony Del Tony, thank you for the 5. That puts us 15 away from the next face camera expansion. That wasn't in frame, but we are now 15 away from the next face camera expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/Joe Hills, as we just explored in Minecraft, and YouTube Super Chat.
I did mention you, but since you said it twice, here you go. Cheered another 100 biddies. Thank you very much. And
okay,
Cam, so did they just contact you? Because Cam was spent yesterday designing a map in a dungeon creator, and he says that they're going to be using it in marketing, which is pretty good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So, did they just contact you, or they were talking about doing marketing in the Discord? Oh, you're in their Discord now. I see.
Oh, the Creators Lounge one?
I don't know. I don't even remember what the game was called.
Oh, not Minecraft. Sorry, I thought this was a Minecraft map.
No. This is a whole. I don't even remember what the game's called. Super Dungeon Maker.
Ah, yeah, I've heard of that. That's the one that's like a Legend of Zelda-esque dungeon making.
Yeah,
thing.
but with a chicken.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of this. Like, I feel like that's one of those games that's like in the category of like things I could be ready to play once my life is in order. Like, one of the ways that I would know that my life was back in order was that I was like having energy and time to be creative in ways like that again. Because I do spend a lot of time and energy being creative now, but like I feel like I can't branch out very much. I'm mostly just focusing on
you got a job.
Yeah, I'm playing to my strengths right now. Which, and I've said this to people. I think I mentioned this in my birthday video. It's like I spent the last year playing to my strengths, and I feel like in a crisis, that's what you do. We're in the middle of a global crisis. Playing to my strengths is not the wrong decision, but like one of the ways I'll know that we're kind of out of the crisis is that I'll feel more comfortable devoting my energy to things that are just fun and not necessarily something I'm going to be good at or help other people with.
Yeah, and when you have to monetize everything, it's flipping exhausting.
Well, it's not even just monetizing everything. It's like, I feel like part of the value of what I do is, in this pandemic, I create things that people want to watch when they're stuck at home. And so creating things that people don't want to watch in a normal period of time would be just like self-indulgent. But like in a crisis, it feels like, I don't know, irresponsible almost.
Okay, I feel like you may be taking more personal responsibility on there than you actually need to be.
Oh, I absolutely am. You're correct.
Well, no, when Joe's made it when he's released his Neverwinter Nights 1 community modules. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's one of those things like I feel very powerless to help a lot in the pandemic because I'm not a healthcare worker or things like that. One of the only things I can do is help encourage people to stay at home by making staying at home be less miserable,
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay.
I'd forgotten how long cross-stitch takes,
Well,
it takes a bit.
This castle takes a bit too, though, so, I mean, it's not like I'm getting done over here.
True enough.
Dang it. I need to scrape off that surplus glue. Where's my scraping stick?
Your scraping stick.
Yeah, I've got like a wooden kebab stick.
I mean, fair, yeah. That sounds like it would be good at scraping. Not gonna lie.
Lost Cleo's video thumbnail. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Let me... Why did we lose Cleo's video thumbnail? Media source.
It's alright, Joe, I get it.
No, that's not it.
Is there a reason for no hoop? That's the piece of work I'm working on. You need a hoop. You need a hoop for this. This is what you need a hoop for. And there, in fact, goes the hoop. This is what you need a hoop for.
There we go. There's Cleo's browser source. Yay, it's back.
That's what you need a hoop to work on. The piece I'm working on is about this size. Possibly less, because it involved less color changes. Okay. You know?
Yeah, sorry, when I'm leaning forward here, it's hard to see me, but when I go back to talk to the camera, you can see me.
I'm looking at the threads at the back. You see what I mean about being messy?
Mm-hmm.
It's quite messy. Putting cross stitch on the front of your card. Yeah. I mean, cross stitch cards are one of the... Where did it go?
You folded it up with the thing.
It's there. Got it.
Yeah, Cleo finished her castle. That's why she's doing cross stitch.
That's les zidonzo. Mum does crochet. She started making a blanket in March, finished about 2 weeks ago. Crochet is really fast compared to like knitting. So I enjoy crochet. I've also got... Ooh, there goes teeny tiny plush flute. This is my blanket.
I'll let go of that.
My rainbow blanket that I crocheted. That took me about 3 months, 4 months maybe. So I understand the time sink.
Thank you very much for the 10, Matthew Lavis, who says, Joe, art is the connection to people's soul. Your efforts are appreciated. Thank you. And that puts us 5 away from the next face camera expansion.
Terrible joke, Cam. Terrible joke. I approve. I knit because I can't bother to learn how to crochet. I mean, I get that. I mean, crochet is... I find crochet easier than knitting, to be honest, because, you know, it's basically one stitch that you do in multiple different ways. That's all. If you can do one stitch, you can do most of them. My best friend does crochet and she's currently making a scarf for Christmas. Crochet is a really good thing to start for Christmas crafts at about now. Mm-hmm. If you're making scarves. So if you learn like even just simple crochet, you can get that knocked out in about like... If I have a full wool of wool, I can probably get a scarf done in about 2-3 days. Mm-hmm. So, you know... Trying to give someone personal, get wool in colors that they like. Mm-hmm. That's like good wool.
Yeah, and like, you know, if they went to a particular school, you know, you could do their school colors or whatever. Black and gold in particular for me, you know, just hint to anybody.
Hint, nudge, nudge.
Anybody making me a scarf. Yeah, I'm glad I went to a school that has classy colors, because like black and gold feels like it's always a nice look, you know.
Well, my school has green and grey for their school colours.
Oh, okay.
My high school, at least.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know you might not want to share where you went to university, but...
Oh, my university colours are white and burgundy. I don't live anywhere near there, so...
Gotcha.
You know. It's not too bad. It's not too bad.
NJ says, finally on a mini vacation, spending a few hours doing something for me. This is the calmest I've been in weeks. Hey,
yay!
Glad we can help.
Calming is good.
Yeah,
Calming
although I think not being at work is probably doing most of the heavy lifting, but we're happy
to be
calm
fair,
you.
This is a nice time. If you guys are doing like crafts and stuff, if you have like a craft that you do, whilst we're doing crafts, is the fabulous time to do it. You know, it's got some nice camaraderie. You can have like a whole knitting circle thing going on.
I mean, I always like doing stuff like this with other people around. It's just chill, you know?
It's just chill. You don't have to worry about anything particularly.
Yeah.
Just trying to get this face done.
Eve Starou says it's really motivating. I've been doing embroidery alongside this. Yeah, I think it's also helpful too to have like a set time to look forward to it. Because because we know we're doing this every Wednesday, you can look forward to it all week, you know.
I have to say, I stopped crafting a few years ago because it was too much. You know, and this is actually forcing me to go back to my roots, as it were. And Push says you've got me started picking images for next year's calendar. Push sends me a calendar every year where they've got like digital art, filters, stuff, and all sorts of things and cool stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
That's on my wall right now. I would bring it over and show people, but I have personal things in it because I use it.
Because you write your appointments on it, like a calendar.
Exactly, like a calendar, because it's a calendar.
Yeah. That's how much your gift is appreciated, that it cannot be shown on stream due to use.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I'm ready to glue this wall in here, although that last tab is going to be a little bit obnoxious if we're trying to get the whole thing. Oh boy.
That's what it's for. Thank you. Tempted to join in craft mood on macrame now. Yes, macrame. So.
Oh, we say macrame.
Oh.
I was gonna be really obnoxious, and do you mean May cream? But no, it's macrame here, which is still gonna be sounding implausible to Cleo, I bet.
No, because I've seen programs say it before. It's just weird.
But like if I said May cream, you'd be like, nope, that's right out.
No. I'd probably agree with you just because it's obnoxious and somebody would annoy someone.
Yeah.
Monica says she's knitting chainmail jewelry. Oh, I like.
That's fun.
That does seem like fun, doesn't it?
Did you know that all of the chainmail in Lord of the Rings was made by like 2 guys?
Oh, I've seen some documentary stuff about that.
Yeah, because like chainmail is one of the hardest things to do right because there's no good machine process to do it. You have to do it by hand, and the production was trying to figure out how they were going to solve this problem when these 2 guys showed up at their door, and they were like, we love Lord of the Rings so much, we love Tolkien, we'll do anything, we just want to work on the movie. And they're like, how are you with pliers? And they're like, okay, I guess, what do you need? We need you to like just connect 80,000 rings of metal. Oh yeah, we can do that. So the guys who made all the chainmail for the movie, like they were working under like a professional prop person who like was designing like here's how many rings to connect in this row so we can have it become armor and not just like a poncho. But like
now that's a skill they have. That's like a proper skill.
But yeah, so all the chainmail was done by 2 guys who just really wanted to work on the movie and showed up at the right time.
I mean, sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why if you want to be on Hermitcraft, you've just got to show up 10 years ago.
Well, I was gonna say this is the problem is people keep asking how do I join Hermitcraft. The problem is Hermitcraft really doesn't scale up, whereas like Lord of the Rings, they needed to hire like 4,000 people. You should go bother Peter, what's his name? Jackson. Yeah, go bother Peter Jackson. He has a history of hiring people who show up and ask. Like we don't. We can't afford it. Like the server already barely works when Mumbo's online, let alone like 4 other people. Like we can't scale up the way Peter Jackson can. So yeah, go work on his next big picture.
I still get people going, oh, how come you're on Hermitcraft? And then it's just sort of like, because I was born in the right decade.
Yeah.
Because most hermits are in their 30s or 40s at this point.
Mm-hmm. We got some fresh blood.
Yeah, some young'uns exist. Peter Jackson, the notorious Minecraft player. Maybe
Assault Tank says move to Atlanta. There are lots of chances to work on TV and movies here. Yeah, that's a great point. Go drive up real estate prices in Atlanta. Stop buying houses in Nashville because I'll never be able to afford one. If people don't.
You want to help Joe? Stop buying houses in Nashville.
Stop buying houses in Nashville unless they're for me. In which case, one house, please.
I mean, I'll take 2 if they're on offer. Make them a big house.
Well, I mean, if they're not adjacent. Although, if you here's a fun fact, Cleo. So you only need 3 adjacent properties to form a homeowners association. So my
Oh
friend and
God.
I talked about buying houses 2 doors down from each other, and then creating a homeowners association with all sorts of insane rules, because we would have 2/3 majority vote, and until the person in the middle moved out, and then we could buy their house cheap because nobody would want the house in the insane homeowners association. So normally I'm completely against HOAs because I think they're stupid and obnoxious. But if it's me being stupid and obnoxious, all of a sudden I'm like, you know what? I'm back in.
I could do that.
I could
Be
do
stupid.
that. Yeah, I could
I
form a
could be
homeowners.
stupid and obnoxious.
Yeah. Then we'll buy the middle house and turn it into, like, I don't know, a trampoline house or something. We'll just put trampolines in all the floors because we don't really need another house.
So, what sort of insane rules would your HOA have?
Probably requirements for, like, minimum numbers of lawn flamingos in various colors. Um, probably some sort of, like, esoteric requirements for like requiring weird plumbing stuff. Like, you must have a hot tub or swimming pool or something. So then when we buy, like, honestly, just requiring everybody have a swimming pool. If I already have one and my friend already has one, which right now neither of us have swimming pools, but, like, this is the fantasy scenario.
This is hypothetical.
In this
You.
hypothetical scenario, we both have pools. This other person don't. They don't want to spend tens of thousands of dollars putting in a pool. You know,
Maybe they do.
maybe they do.
Maybe they do.
But see, the thing is, then if we buy their house, we can connect all 3 pools. Mega pool.
Into a super giant mega pool.
Well, the thing is, a lot of homeowners associations will have, like, a community pool. So why can't it just be all of our backyards? But yeah, probably some requirements about, like, what color your roof needs to be, front door color, window size, you know. Basically, a lot of it would just be, what does our houses already have that this one doesn't, and then requiring that one change to conform to ours. But Mahi Zero says, if I ever figure out how to win the lottery without spending money on it, buying you a house is definitely on my list, Joe. Well, thank you, Mahi Zero. That would be very kind of you. So, Cleo, if you actually won the lottery, would you buy a house? Because I would not.
Why do you say that? I would totally buy a house.
Oh, because like, lottery winners tend to have people, like, try to get hurt on their property and stuff to sue them.
Mm-hmm.
And so at that point, I would be, like, buying, like, a penthouse in one of the taller residential towers in Nashville. So I would have, like, a sky palace instead of a house at that point.
Sounds very you.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, I'll go with that.
in the lottery winning scenario, because, like, at that point you've got the controlled access. You don't have people coming up to your door begging you, like, "Hey, you won the lottery. Can I scam you?" Type of thing. So yeah, having a doorman at the bottom, and then also, like, I love, like, several of the places I've lived in the past have been, like, on high floors, and I love being in the sky. Like, I usually work in buildings where I was high up. It was funny because there was one point where, like, I went to my in-laws' house for Christmas, and I looked out their bathroom window, which was on, like, the second floor, and, like, I almost, like, fell sideways because I was so disoriented. I realized I hadn't been on the second floor of a building in, like, a year. I had either been on the ground level or, like, 5 floors up or something, right? Or really high up. And so, like, I was like, the ground is way too close but also way too far away. Like, that is not okay. What is going on out that window?
The window is to blame.
Yeah.
No, I get you. Would be cool. Alright, so we're coming up on 2.5 hours.
Yay.
This is my progress in 2.5 hours.
Yay.
So somebody said, well, why don't you start the Christmas cards at Christmas time?
Because you have to mail them. They take time to arrive.
Yeah, and also this is, 2.5 hours worth. If you've got to spend at least probably 6 hours on a Christmas craft, you need to get them done. You need to get it done. This is why you start making your Christmas fruitcake in November. I do not like fruitcake.
I think I might have done this wrong, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to fix it. No, it is supposed to be higher. Okay. Yeah, I did it right. Okay. Well, since this has to glue to something that's still wet, we can't secure those right now. I think most of the things that I need to attach are still, like, partially drying, so I'm going to move on to it in my next cutting sheet, which is sheet 11 out of 17.
17. You're making a good time. She lied.
I guess.
Don't sound convinced, Joe. Why is that? Well, that'll do it.
I'm very skeptical on the whole.
What about crafting?
I mean, about most things, really. Hey, we just had a tip roll in via PayPal. Thank you very much to Assault Tank for tipping 6, who says, how many Germans does it take to screw in a light bulb? 1. Germans are efficient and have no sense of humor. He also writes that his wife suggested he get a telescope since I was so interested in astronomy. I told her I'd look into it. I couldn't figure out why my brother's daughter kept calling me Ankle, so I started calling her Niece. Thank you very much, Assault Tank. That puts us... wait. That puts us $1 past our next face camera expansion milestone. So here we go. Grow hills. Do-do-do-do. And here we are in Tony Stark helmet cam mode. This is the most obnoxious face camera size. Lowering that now to 60% opacity. So, Cleo, if you ever wanted to be Jarvis from Avengers, you can do that now.
Could I be Vision instead? That sounds like way more fun.
That is way more fun. I get to be Wanda. Okay. Also, Louisa, thank you for tipping 22. That gets us out of this hellscape that is my face covering the screen. Who says, Joe, divorces are rough. My parents' divorce was very messy when I was still a kid. Hope it went smoother for you and your daughter. Not for me, but I'm doing my best to make it smooth for my daughter. Like, I've avoided moving her out of her school zone and a bunch of other stuff that's not convenient or cheap, but gives her some sense of stability because so many other things went kind of sideways. But thank you very much, Louisa. Actually, wait, that was 23. I needed to round up. So that's putting us 17 away from the next face camera expansion. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and just, since I'm the only mod here, switch this back to followers only, just in case.
Terrible. Being the only mod.
It's cheaper.
I know.
Okay.
So we go 2 down. I believe that's it. Let's have a look. That is 2 down, 1 across, 2 down, 1 across. Yes, I've got that correct.
Yeah. So, one thing is, I don't usually buy lottery tickets. There's, sometimes, though, what do you call it? The jackpot, or whatever, gets exceptionally high if nobody wins for, like, weeks and weeks in a row, right? And there's a certain point where it's, like, there's a crossover point where mathematically it's like, okay, if the ticket costs $2, but the reward is, like, X. there's a certain point where if X gets high enough, that $2 is relatively cheaper, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, no, I get you.
And so whenever it reaches that point, my friend and I will go in on like a couple of tickets together, with the idea being that neither of us would, like, if either of us got super rich, we would want to do stuff all the time, but the other one would have to work, you know?
Yeah, no, that seems reasonable.
And so it's like, you know, I'd rather split having a bunch of money with somebody that I would be annoyed that I couldn't hang out with. Because, like, if you win the lottery and you're constantly like, hey, like, now I gotta find some sort of justification to, like, put him on payroll or something, like, to ask him to quit his job to hang out. It's like, it's better, I'd just rather give him half the money, you know?
Yeah, that seems fair to me. There are people that I would rather give, like, a whole bunch of money to.
Like,
to hang out.
Because it's fine, like, to give somebody $500,000 of a jackpot, or not, sorry, not $500,000, like 150 million of a 300 million jackpot, if you both bought the tickets together, versus like saying like, hey, I'll give you 200 grand a year to quit your job, right?
Yeah, and that way you don't have to worry about taxes.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, honestly, like, I at the point where I have enough to live, I'm not going to worry about taxes regardless.
Oh, no.
But you're saying that, like, I'd be paying them payroll taxes. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Does the pattern say how big the fabric has to be? It's 9 centimeters by 9 centimeters for this one. That one is, I think, 1.5 meters by 1 meter. The big one. Okay. At least. Only gets each other scratch off for special occasions.
But yeah, now that the kids are back in school, I think it is really helping that I stayed in the same district, or the same school zone, after the divorce. Because, like, sorry, I'm thinking about this because I was just looking at that message. It's one of those things where, like, moving in the middle of the remote school would have been terrible because, like, trying to do remote school with a bunch of kids you don't know would have been really rough, you know? And, like, then also just trying to get back into the groove of school and things. It's, like, I think it helps that it's, like, a lot of the same kids and stuff like that. Although I was doing the math, and it's, like, I could buy, like, a pinball machine a year if I moved, like, out to the country with, like, the rent savings. And, you know, I could also have room for a pinball machine a year. By the time my daughter went to college, I could have 10 pinball machines in my garage, Cleo.
That's what I'm worried about.
But
thank
like,
you, Kay, for the $50. It's appreciated.
Yeah, sorry. At the same time, though, like, my parents moved because of financial problems when I was a kid twice, and it was really hard on me, even without like the divorce element. And like, it's like, yeah, I don't maybe need 10 pinball machines in the next decade. Like.
10 pinball machines would be nice. It's a nice to have.
It's a nice to have. But...
Hey, Corpse, you forgot it was Wednesday. It is Craft Day. Everybody must be fair for Craft Day. The fabric comes in different squares per inch. Yes, this is in 14 HPI, holes per inch. This is about where I'm comfortable. This one is, I think, similar. Let me put them next to each other. Yeah, that fabric is the same, so I did the right thing. I made a smart move. I used the same HPI. So, yeah. Making Christmas cards. That's a reindeer. Or at least it will be.
Badger's Manor says, ironically, the happiest bit of my childhood was when my parents were separated for a year. Yeah, I think that really is going to depend case to case.
Yeah, I mean, if, you know... I mean... I've taught a lot of children.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the best place they can be is out of their parents' home altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Christmas cards, but it's not even Halloween. Man Bear, 2.5 hours of work. 2.5 hours. If I wanted to send Christmas cards to everyone I care about, it would take me hours. I will try and find a Halloween thing after I finish my Christmas card thing. Okay?
Yeah,
I'll
well,
go to Hobbycraft specifically and find something gaudy and tacky and do that on stream, I promise.
well, I've got that Halloween house. My daughter keeps bugging me to start working on that with you.
Oh,
Cause
is it because she wants the chocolate?
she wants to eat it, yeah. So it's like a gingerbread house except made of chocolate cookie, and it's got like Halloween food, edible decorations that you attach to it to decorate it, and frosting and stuff.
That sounds cool.
It's like a haunted gingerbread house, basically.
Haunted gingerbread.
Yeah, so I was figuring I would work on that in a few weeks once I'm done with this. But she's frequently like, but what if you just take a break and do that? So.
I mean, you can take a break, Joe.
Well, but I really do need to understand this driveway so I can help you make it.
Well, I'm planning on doing stuff with it in the next couple of days, to be fair. Cloudcat subscribed with Prime. Welcome to the Horde. I'm very sorry.
Withervane says, that sounds really cool. Where did you find it? My daughter would love it. It was at Costco. And I'm going to warn you, it is like 3 pounds of candy and cookie. Because Costco is big on selling large stuff. It was only $10 though. That was part of it. My daughter saw that and she's like, or it might have been 11, but it was not. I was expecting it to be more expensive. But she saw it and she was just like, look, Daddy, that's only $10. You could do that on stream and you might make more than $10. And I'm like, I've been trying to teach her like about profit and like how like business works kind of, so that she doesn't like feel neglected every time I have to go make money. Like, I feel like if she understands kind of like, here's our household finances, that's a helpful thing, right? And
yeah.
So
long as she's not stressed about things like that.
No, well, she's not stressed about it. It's just to like, you know, help her understand like why I can't pal around all the time, you know?
That's understandable.
And also like why we have to defer like certain purchases, like furniture. I mean, we have all the furniture we like technically need, but we don't necessarily have the house fully or the apartment fully furnished either. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I get it.
There's kind of a
Sometimes
queue of like
you've got to make concessions. That's what you got to do.
But she's got most of the stuff that was in the queue for her, so at this point that's less of a concern. It's like I can get a headboard later, but she's got her new desk and everything, so she's fine.
That's important.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing much of the difference between these two colours, but it's fine. It's supposed to be lighter. It's fine. What's the Papercraft of today? This is not Papercraft. This is cross stitch. Cross stitch of a reindeer for a Christmas card.
Withervane says, I'm not a Costco member, but I'll do some looking around. It's literally called Halloween House. It's a big purple box with like 3 pounds of food in it. Like, But yeah, Assault Tank says, giving your daughter a good financial education is one of the greatest gifts you can give her. Yeah, well, and that's the thing, though, is she bounces around with what she wants to do for a living, and I'm like, well, if you want to be an artist, like, I do know a little bit about making a living as a self-employed artist, so, you know.
Yeah, you do.
Whatever she'll listen really to, I'll tell her, you know. Yeah. But, like, yeah, it's like, she might be a scientist, or a pharmacist, or an artist, or a pop star, but, like, I don't have the connections to get her, like, set up as a pop star, you know?
No.
Like, that's the sort of thing, like, you gotta really...
You gotta work on that one on your own, I think.
Yeah, it's like, I can't afford Juilliard, you know? Like...
That's the most important thing. You cannot afford
I cannot afford Juilliard. That is...
You got to be a self-starter.
I feel like that's one of those like go ask your mother things, but like I worry she would say yes just to spite me. Then it's like, no, great, now I gotta move to Manhattan, like, and then she'd stop paying for it like halfway through, and then I'd be like, great, I moved to Manhattan, and now I can't afford this school, and like, yeah,
I've got to move. I moved to Manhattan purely to crush my daughter's dreams.
yeah. Oh my gosh.
I get you, Joe. I get you.
NJ says, move to Jersey, you're better off. Yeah, I don't know about having my kid commute into the city for high school. I think Juilliard has like a high school program, doesn't it? There's some like big music school in like private music school in New York that's like that's I don't know if it's actually Juilliard. I might be. Juilliard does have scholarships.
Actually, gave me a weird look when I bought these, like the Christmas card stuff, because this was a magazine that's on sale in the supermarket. And it definitely is something that I bought through the self-checkout lane because I hate interacting with people, so therefore I only work at I go to the self-checkout lane.
Mm-hmm.
It's not Juilliard, it's Manhattan School of Music.
Manhattan School of Music. Oh, okay.
Have I been in a store lately? There's so much Christmas stuff on all. Like, I went into the store last week and I saw Christmas stuff next to the Halloween stuff. So, you know, Halloween stuff was kind of on sale.
Yeah. I feel like I tried to take a picture of myself with. Okay, yeah.
Find the self checkouts more. It lets me avoid people more. So that's why I do the self checkout.
Okay. Yeah, there's birds outside. Those are real birds. They're not pets. I mean, pet birds are real, but I have a strict. It's not that my landlord doesn't allow pets. It's that they want to charge you by the animal per month, and so yeah, no pets.
Leo and Joe Hill's husband and wife. No, we're not. Thank God. No offense, Joe.
I am offended, but I'm gonna, just go be sad later because like I'm trying to work right now, and it's important to separate that.
We've been friends for like nearly 10 years now, so just friends. In the UK, we just used our security deposit if you have pets.
Yeah. Here in the city, they're looking for any excuse to add things on per month, because like everything's in demand, and yeah. They're also, I think, trying to cover like some people stopped paying rent during the pandemic. And so on new leases, they're trying to find ways to nickel and dime people to like offset the lost revenue from the people they can't evict who aren't paying.
Yeah, that makes sense. Had an argument with the self-checkout at the co-op, ended up paying £7 for the meal deal that's supposed to be like £4, but I didn't want to have to speak to an actual person. Had to go catch a train, so I chalked it up to the universe being awkward. The only times when things go wrong on those things are when you're in a rush. So, and thank you for the biddies.
Someone writes, do they charge for fish? And I have no idea what the context is. Oh, are we still talking about landlords and rent? Yeah, I think so. Because the thing is that if you have like a tank dump a bunch of water, that is like damage to the apartment potentially. But I mean, yeah. I mean, honestly, at this point, I feel like I have so many responsibilities anyway. I would rather have fewer responsibilities. Is my watch in frame? No. Okay, good. Because I'm realizing I'm getting alerts from my texts on my watch.
Enjoy.
Yes.
Okay. Is that peach? That's got to be peach. Peach. I think. Sorry, I'm just looking at my colours because it's like, you don't want a 120-litre tank to spill on the floor. You do not.
No.
Just for a start, fish live in that. And the fish death is also horrible.
I overscored this.
Ouch. But my landlord's really chill with my pets. It's just
this.
sort of like, it's fine. Yeah.
That's nice.
But I am very much aware that I will have to go straight into owning my own house from here, because no pets has become a massive deal.
Okay, let's see if I can just use this tape to fix this overscore.
Glow in the dark fish. That does sound neat, I'm not gonna lie. Sounds pretty cool.
Did I get my package from Child's Play? I don't think they sent me another one, because I already got a blanket for helping them out with something earlier, NJ. Because I did another event for them before Draw for Charity. So I don't know if they're actually sending me anything this time.
Oh. I don't know. It's hard, ridiculously hard to find landlords who accept pets. Yep. Especially cats. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be able to move with my cats now, Badger, either. But thanks to literally this stream, not this stream.
This stream in particular,
streaming.
The highest revenue generating stream in Cleo's life, the one that she can never stop doing with her friend Joe, who she thinks would be a terrible husband, who already has all sorts of neuroses about being a bad husband once apparently, and worrying he'll never be a good husband to anyone ever again. That's fine. It's fine. This is the most profitable stream, though. Y'all make it happen.
No. My most profitable stream ever was Monday, after you left.
Thanks. I feel better. I feel better now, Cleo. I'm glad that me leaving really buoyed things for you.
I'm very sorry. No.
This is so reassuring. It's fine.
No, it got really weird for a while. There was one person that kept on dropping like hundreds of subs, and I'm just like, I appreciate this, but I don't know how to deal with it anymore.
Oh, see, that's why I just keep making the camera bigger. Because I don't have to figure out how to deal with it. I just keep doing what I'm doing more and more extravagantly. Although I do eventually change into my nice suit that I bought for an Irish wedding. Which is not a euphemism. It was actually a wedding in Ireland that got cancelled because of COVID. But,
yeah. But it was very... This is Joe. I am not punching Joe. This is Joe punching himself over things that I've said that are not that bad.
Yeah, no, I'm going to misinterpret whatever Cleo says in the worst possible way, and she knows.
This is not my fault. You can't blame me for this.
No.
Yeah, one guy gave me like 310 subs, and then people decided, well, we're gonna match this. We're gonna play this guy at his own game, and then yeah, it got
Well, that's always really good too, because the fear I have whenever something like that comes in, when there's like a big amount of money that comes in from somebody who has not been there before, is I'm like, if this is a fake credit card, I can't get excited about this. Like, I'm always kind of worried, like, oh no, this is going to be a chargeback, right? Because it's like, I don't know this person, this is a lot of money, I can't let myself have hope. But then when I see other people being like, oh yeah, we're going to chip in too, I'm like, well, I know those people, and even though it's not as much money, I'm like, well, I know for sure that money is real money.
Yeah.
And so, like, it reassures me that, like, even if I end up getting $1,000 charge back, like, the other few hundred that came in is real. So I can make rent. It's gonna be fine. And, like... Yeah.
Well, at least with Twitch, I know that I'm somewhat protected, because they've already bought those subs, you know?
Well, but, like, if they bought those subs with a bad card, does Amazon just eat that entire loss?
I don't know, but they have to deal with the chargeback fees, not me.
Yeah,
So, it's all good. All good. wasn't when Joe was there because they wanted to hear Joe. They didn't want to hear Rex, so they kept on giving money, causing Cleo to have to talk to chat privately.
Oh, this was Isuma hush money. Okay, I feel way better now. Okay, this is consistent with my understanding of the universe and my place in it, and doesn't make me feel terrible. Thank you, whoever wrote that, Arena.
I mean, it was just sort of like not even every 5 minutes, every 2 minutes, I'm just like, X, I have to go again because I have to deal with the large donation. So yeah, it was interesting. And I only said it was after you'd gone because you hadn't experienced it. So But yeah, that was my biggest Twitch stream ever so far. No, hang on. Was it? I think maybe the one where I just quit was possibly bigger. But it was close. It was close.
I don't know like what my actual biggest stream is. Probably one of my birthdays though. But I couldn't tell you like which one in particular because like I'm terrible at like details like that. It's like one of my friends has a New Year's party every year, and like I remember things that happen at the New Year's parties, but like telling you like, oh, was this 2011 or 2019? Like I don't know. It's like, what did people's phones look like? Well, they were rectangular and black. What do you want from me? Like,
I got a 999% level hype train one stream. I've had a few of those, but those are counted off instances of giving as opposed to necessarily lump sums. So I can get a hype train and have less of a monetary impact sometimes. So, well, you were talking to me, I'm assuming. I mean, I've had like 2,000% hype trains before. So, you know,
I didn't even know that was possible.
Neither did I until it happened. The other day could be yesterday or 20 years ago.
Oh, Cleo, I haven't had the chance to thank you for rating Skizzleman yet. Were you actually there live? Were you watching?
Oh, yeah, I was watching that one.
Oh, that was great. So I saw him, and I had 10 seconds left on the timer. And I was like, I'm just going to keep running, because I can't just follow this guy around for 10 seconds. He's going to know I'm the imposter, right?
Yeah.
And so then he's like, Joe, come here. And I'm like, this can only go well for me. And so, like, I was just killing time until the countdown ran out. And as soon as it hit 0... but, like, I will say, there was a tell in that. The tell was, I don't like using the word love when talking to my audience or to other people's audience. I feel like, like that's kind of one of those all our coworkers are family type things. Like, I'm not trying to cultivate a parasocial cult leader relationship with my fans. I appreciate everybody who appreciates my art and supports me and watches me, but like I feel like using the word love can be misleading. And so I ran up to him. He's like, hey, come say hi to Cleo's raid. And I was like, what up, Cleo Raiders? I love you guys so much. Stab.
It was very good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I was like, since I'm in imposter mode, I can show you how people misuse the word love to take advantage of you. This is my teaching moment.
This is a teaching moment.
Yeah, this is a teaching moment. But and the thing is though too, I'm used to playing like games where where people can see each other's faces. And so so for like the next 10 seconds, my face is like completely deadpan. And then I realized that nobody can see me, and I just started cracking up. I was like, oh, you can smile. This is great. What a joy.
It was a perfect moment as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Christmas already, isn't it quite early? No. It's 5:30 here. It's fine. It's not early at all.
Yeah. So it's 11:30 here, so it's almost lunchtime.
Yeah, so it's not that early. It's fine.
You know what? Okay, here's something I was thinking about today that I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh
So,
no.
in
Yes,
order
Joe.
to discourage myself from snacking between meals, I
Mm-hmm.
really only buy snacks for my kids' lunch that, like, I don't
Yeah.
want to eat, right? And then also, we don't run out of them because, like, I know exactly how many we're going to use in a given month because I know how many school days there are, right? So I can shop in
Yeah.
advance and bulk and stuff. And I don't have to worry
Makes
about, like,
sense.
me skimming them, right?
Right.
But I didn't have time to make breakfast this morning. And I was just looking at all these snacks in the house. I'm like, maybe I should have some snacks in the house that I actually do want to eat. Like, I don't know.
Because, snacks really help with energy levels.
Yeah. Like I had replaced all of our dried meats recently in the pantry, which I keep in case we have a big long-term power outage, like beef
Mm-hmm.
jerky type stuff. Um as like a fallback if like okay now we're out of propane for the camp heater or the camp stove too. It's like okay well we still got some beef jerky for protein, um, and so I ended up eating that, but I was just like maybe I should have other foods.
Maybe you should have something that you are willing to eat that is healthy
Yeah,
for when you need it. So,
yeah,
for example, I eat a lot of yogurt.
uh-huh.
So, that's my kind of. I'm peckish, but I don't think I should eat a full meal just yet.
Mm-hmm.
And then I eat a yogurt.
That's a good one. I used to in my off-site studio I would have like a big jar of peanuts because those are
Mm-hmm.
like high protein. They got some salt for hydration, but like you're not gonna just eat so many of those that you're like okay I should skip a meal or whatever. Like they're not high sugar, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm
I
not
mean,
really used to keeping those at home. I don't know.
something that's going to fill you up a little bit, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
It's like nuts are okay, like, because protein does fill you up.
Mm-hmm.
And meats are okay because protein fills you up.
Yeah.
But, cereal bars can get dicey. Depends on the cereal bar, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, though, is like if we have like a lot of those bars, I hate the taste of, but like the ones that I like at that point, I'm just like, you know what? Do I really need to make lunch? I'll just have three of these. Like, maybe
That's the
I
problem.
did need to make lunch.
You see, I haven't had chocolate for like chocolate on its own, like a chocolate bar,
Uh huh.
for like the last 4 months, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought a multi-pack yesterday
Mm-hmm.
of like just like 4 of them.
Yeah.
There are no longer 4 in that pack.
Nice.
I ate them all like literally last night
Oh wow.
because it was just sort of like, I felt yesterday was quite stressful for me. So,
Oh, I'm sorry.
oh no, I had to get petrol. Petrol was just like really bad. So.
Yeah, yeah. So, are you guys having some sort of shortage or something?
Well, actually, no, we're not having some kind of sort of shortage. What we're having is lack of delivery drivers.
Ah.
So,
So you're having a logistically induced shortage, not a scarcity
yeah, well,
induced shortage.
not even that. It's because BP went and said, yeah, we're gonna like there aren't enough drivers, so we're gonna probably run out in certain places.
Mm-hmm.
And then everyone meant that to mean instead of we're closing down like 5 stores for the time being, they said, oh, that means there's going to be no petrol. So then everybody panic bought, and then there was no petrol. I spent like over 2 hours in line yesterday to get
Ugh.
petrol.
Yeah, I have to wait maybe 15-20 minutes at most for gas.
I very rarely have to wait in line for petrol.
My
But
problem is I'm usually buying it on the weekends as part of like my big shopping run, and it's the same time everybody else wants it.
of course, that is the problem. Laughs in public transport. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very tempted to sell my car because it's worth like $3,000 more than it was 2 years ago because of this massive car shortage, and I don't technically need it day to day for anything. I don't need it to get my kid to school, to get groceries. I can do public transit for all this stuff, and
Right.
I'm like, you know, it'd be nice to have a few thousand extra dollars. But also, I've been stuck in my apartment all through COVID, and there's no good, even though there's decent public transit inside the city, there's no good way to get anywhere else in Tennessee via, like, we don't have, commuter rail, or we don't have, like, what do you call it, personal train ride rail? Passenger.
Public rail net. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have
Public
passenger rail out of Nashville to other cities or anything. So then I would just be stuck in town forever, like unless I wanted to rent a car, which is hard to do now, or fly. And I'm not keen on.
Why are cars so expensive there at the moment?
Oh, so all of the car manufacturers canceled their chip orders with TSMC, and so then they sold the surplus manufacturing capacity to Apple and other computer companies,
Mm-hmm.
because there was a big uptick in that, right? And
Right.
so then the car manufacturers, it turned out, with everybody working at home and not traveling, everybody had extra money, and was like, oh, I'm gonna replace my car so I can drive again once
Oh.
COVID's over. And then they were like, well, we thought there was going to be a big demand drop off. They went back to TSMC and said, hey, can we get our capacity back? And TSMC's like, well, no, because we already sold it. And you guys know it takes like months to switch over these lines. So, the earliest slot you can get is in 18 months or whatever. And so basically, car manufacturers need to figure out a way to make cars without microchips again. And they'd rather wait. So, yeah. Used
Yeah.
cars are going way up because if somebody, like, I don't need my car to get to work or to the school or the grocery because of public transit in the
Yeah.
city being decent, but other people do. And so if somebody else in Tennessee who doesn't live near public transit needs a car to get to work, they'll pay $6,000 for a car that would have been 3,000 2 years ago. Because
I guess.
yeah, because I've got like a 2008 car, so it's 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And so this will be the only opportunity I have to sell it for that much money. But at the same time, I want to be able to go places because I'm going stir crazy. So I don't know.
No, I get that.
We'll see. Like, my daughter should be getting vaccinated hopefully at the end of October when they open it up to kids. And
Nice.
I've started to plan a bunch of kind of weekend trips in the area, and we'll see how much value I get out of having the car at that point, I guess. I'm hoping a lot. I'm hoping so much that I'm like, I couldn't possibly get rid of this. But also, it would be nice to have the cash, and like, that's like, when I think about like, how would I afford to go to Europe? I could sell the car, and that would pay for a trip to Europe and part of a down payment on a house. Not like a big part of a down payment on a house, but like.
I mean, to be fair, the only thing I'm using for my car for since I left work is like going to the gym
Mm-hmm.
and going to Hobbycraft. But we've all
Yeah.
got to go to Hobbycraft at some point.
Well,
So
and I've been thinking about trying to exercise more at home. Like, I don't. If I got a gym membership, it would probably be because the gym had a pool and my daughter loves swimming. But since she's not vaccinated yet, that's not a high urgency proposition.
yeah,
And in theory, anywhere in town that has a pool and a gym, I could take a bus to. Now, that means, you have to dry off and change and stuff, but like, you could do it,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I take showers at my gym because it's easier
Mm-hmm.
and I'm sweaty, so it makes sense.
Bossbiz says, wouldn't it still be cheaper to get a taxi Uber for the few times you want to go out of the city? No, you can't get a taxi or Uber to go to Chattanooga from here, or to go hiking, or whatever. Like, there's all sorts of beautiful parks and places to go hiking, like a 30-minute drive away. But like, they won't take you out there on a lift necessarily. 45 minutes outside of it, or if they do, I mean, you'd be paying $150 for it there. And like, I think my car insurance at this point, because the car is so old, my car insurance is like $60 a month, and I'm refueling once a month or less. So I mean, my cost of ownership of the vehicle is probably, I would say, $80 a month at this point, and I could it would be less. The Uber one way to some of the places that I would want to go hiking would be 100 to 120. So
Yeah.
yeah, like at this point where I've owned the car this long, like I, I'm not making payments on it anymore. You know,
Yeah,
like I
my
own it
car is
outright.
also being kept until it's ridden into the ground.
News says renting a car question mark. Well, the thing is though, car rentals are really hard right now for the same shortage reason. So the car rental places in the airports, they sold their fleets when COVID hit
Oh,
because
jeez.
they couldn't afford the maintenance on that many cars, just and the insurance and stuff on that many cars just sitting there not doing anything. And so they are also trying to buy new fleets from the manufacturers, and because they're bulk order customers, they're also getting priority, but they haven't replenished their fleets yet. So car rentals right now are ludicrously expensive, and I'd still have to either take a taxi or a bus to a car rental place. So it's I don't know. The math might end up working out if cars. Here's the thing, though, is if the car becomes much more valuable, like if it goes from like, hey, you could sell this car that was worth 3 grand 2 years ago for 6 grand, up to like 10, I'd have a hard time walking away from that. I think,
Hmm.
like, because at that point, that's a significant amount, a chunk that I could put toward a down payment on probably a condo at this point. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford a house anywhere near the city in the next 3 to 5 years. I feel like by the time I could afford to live in the city, my daughter will be off to college if I'm waiting to buy a house. So maybe I should just buy a condo now and stop paying so much in rent, start building some
Yeah,
equity.
that's where I am because I keep on. I mean, I'm looking at like the cheapest places to buy because
Hmm.
I don't have anything necessarily tying me to my current location.
Yeah.
I mean, my family lives here, but you know what? I'm a solitary creature anyway.
Hmm.
So I could go get like, and I live in one of the expensive parts of the country as well. So I
Hmm.
couldn't buy here regardless. So
Yeah.
because I can go anywhere, I can find a house that's like cheap, and then go for that. So that's my plan. And if this keeps on working out, I can probably do it next year, year after maybe. You might say you're a hermit.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean, I don't need a lot. So that's my plan.
Thank you very much,
Despite it.
Yasmin, for the 10, who says, I usually only lurk in your streams, but I do enjoy their content, Joe. Well, thank you, Yasmin. That puts us 7 away from the next face camera expansion.
Yay.
Yay. And keep in mind, each time the camera gets bigger, it gets easier to see through because it gets more transparent as well. So right now we're at 50% geopacity. We're going to drop down to 42 when we get that next 7. Okay. People are saying, well, aren't you concerned about the public health risks of public transit at this point? That's one of the reasons that I haven't gotten rid of the car already. Is yeah, because right now I can take my daughter places, um, like when I had to take her to get her COVID test after she was exposed at school, which luckily came back negative. Um, I don't think I would have been allowed to take her on public transportation to get there to the testing center, and it was too far to walk. So for right now, when the virus is raging and neither of us are, or well, not neither of us. I'm vaccinated. She's not. So, and as long as one of us is not vaccinated, it doesn't. Yeah, I definitely see a value of holding onto the car from a health standpoint. Um,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of holding on to, somebody also said, but you can only carry what you can carry when you're shopping. I mean, at the same time, though, I would rather shop more frequently for fresher food. Like, that's not a
Mm-hmm.
deal breaker for me.
No.
But like right now, my patterns have entirely changed on that for the same reasons. I don't want to have unnecessary exposure, so I'm shopping far less frequently, mostly in bulk from Costco. But yeah,
Houses in Scotland are affordable. That is one of the places I'm looking. And they're not necessarily affordable, but it depends on the place where you're going
mm-hmm.
specifically. And it's the same with the UK. I'm looking specifically to Scotland for, let's call it, political reasons.
Oh, if I moved to Scotland, my grandmother would just be so happy. She was a fierce Scottish nationalist, and
Mm.
like,
Well,
yeah, the idea of one of her grandchildren living there, because like, yeah, she ended up back here, because of World War II. Her family was like, you know what, maybe you should go back to America. She was born in America and then went over to Scotland for a while, but they were like, let's maybe get away from the bombers. But
yeah, well, Scotland, I feel, is my best, easiest way to get back into to get into the EU
mm-hmm.
specifically. So
I wonder if it would be easier for me to move to Scotland now while they're still part of the UK, or to wait until independence.
I mean, the UK is very difficult to get into.
Yeah. Is there like maybe Scotland would have like a right of return type thing where like since my grandmother was Scottish I could move there.
I don't think that would pan out for you particularly. I mean, if your grandma still lived there, you might be able to get in.
No, she's deceased unfortunately.
Hope housing prices aren't rocketing up there like they are here. Oh no, they are.
Thank you, Leo, for the 5, who says, do Americans have trolley buses? Cheap, wire-powered electric buses. Never seen them in movies. They have those in New Orleans, but not most of the rest of the country. Because the automotive manufacturers bought them and then shut them down. But that puts us 2 away from the next face camera expansion. Thank you very much, Leo B.
Independence is going to be another 5 to 10 years. Look.
Well, I mean, I might not be able to move until my kid goes to college, in 8 years.
I'm definitely wanting to be in Scotland by that point, because I want to be able to stay there and then get in the EU. I mean, 10 years is nothing. I can do that. I can wait.
Yeah, you're going to have more than half your life ahead of you.
Go that far.
Oh, Cleo, you'll live forever.
Don't you wish that evil on me? Living forever is one thing, but, existing forever, that's a whole other matter.
Yeah, there's that joke from Parks and Recreation where one of the characters is a real fitness nut, and he talks about how some health scientists believe that the first human to live to 180 years old is already alive today. I plan to be that person.
For around 5 years, I've been trying to plan a move to London, but as a queer woman, that's becoming less and less appealing by the day. That is part of the reason why I'm interested in moving. Scotland is my best bet, I feel, politically.
Yeah, Badger Spanner says, it's like Ireland without the scary religious misogyny.
Yeah, well, apparently that's sort of disappearing as we talk about it. So
in Ireland,
yeah,
well, that's good.
It's only out in the sticks where you have to really worry about that sort of thing, and I say worry in the loosest possible terms. But yeah, UK is scary sometimes, and getting back into the EU would be really nice. So then I could go wherever the heck I want. Have I ever been recognised ever, Cleo? Yeah, my family recognise me all the time. They know who I am. Scotland is not a bad idea. I mean, Scotland is a good idea. Ireland might be an idea as well. Probably wouldn't go to Wales personally, because of reasons. Lived in London all my life and never felt safe anywhere with girlfriends. Yeah, I mean, the UK is very queer. I'm not going to say queer phobic necessarily, but they're less approving than other places in the EU. Wales has their own issues that I'm not going to go into as an English person. But yeah. Occasionally I forget I have the stream open when I go live. I go, oh, hey, that's ZombieCleo. I think that counts. I mean, yeah. People who watch my videos, they recognize my voice and stuff.
That is ZombieCleo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wanted people to make sure they recognize me. That's why my theme song has, like, who's the guy who conquers death? Oh, that's Joe Hills.
I guess. Still probably better than the Bible Belt in the US. I mean, you can't get much worse than the Bible Belt in the US. London is fine, Middle England isn't. No, that's true. So, Scotland, it is. Because I feel like it's more progressive. So that's why I'm looking at Scotland. Chose to live in Wales despite choosing to live here. Some people dislike me because I'm English. Yeah, that's a thing. You can't really say much about that because, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, yeah, we're trying to get there, but few places have the Bible.
Okay, Lanternius. This is the comment of the stream. Lots of planets have a Bible Belt. That's my best Yorkshire accent. You're not gonna get better than that.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Manchester is pretty good, but unfortunately its politics are still in England, is the problem. Cities tend to be okay. And I think like the majority of people are genuinely okay, but there's a few people ruining it for everyone. The Welsh disliking the English isn't entirely unjustified. Yeah, but that's English as a group rather than England an English person. Once you start putting your bigotry onto English people, that's a whole other matter.
On a lighter note, Judd Otto says, I'd lose my mind if I was ever riding a bus in the USA and saw Joe. Here's the thing, though, is, like, I don't know if you would recognize me because, like, I wouldn't have a transparent torso, for one thing.
Joe, I think they would recognize you.
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
You've gone throughout your whole YouTube career going, this is me! Recognize me!
The thing is, though, that even though I've slapped my face on everything, people still don't. Like, you know, it's...
What do you mean they still don't?
Like, I don't get recognized out on the street too often. And, I don't know. Like, the thing is, though, that, like, if you're not expecting somebody... Most of the time, your brain won't contextually accept that it's them. It's like, oh, that guy looks like Joe Hills. Might be where it got to. You know?
Yeah. English-speaking countries, New Zealand is the best bet. Here's the thing. Chances of me getting into New Zealand? 0.
Yeah. Now, here, for example, Cleo, right? Like, let's say that it's like 10 o'clock, you forgot to make dinner, you're already out of all the candy bars you ate the night before, and you decide, I'm going to go get some cheeky Nando's, right? If
get cheeky Nando's, right?
Saw me in the queue at Nando's, you even if you knew, like, oh, Joe's visiting the UK sometime this month, or he is in the UK right now, would you assume it was me? Or would you be like, that guy looks like Joe? That's weird.
No, I'd go, Joe! Just to be sure.
Okay.
And if you ignored me, then I would go, not Joe.
Okay.
Or the alternative is I would freak out and think horrific things.
Well, but, like, if you weren't even sure it was me, like, you'd still freak out? Like, even without, like, asking if it was me?
Yeah, I'd probably leave.
So if anybody in the UK wants to distress ZombieCleo, feel free to adopt my hair and mannerisms and go hang out at Nando's, because she'll overreact, apparently.
Well, here's the thing, is I would probably be sure it's you.
Really? I'm never sure anybody's anybody. But I don't
Oh,
know.
I'm that person that that always waves when people wave at you and then get embarrassed. I'm that person.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's anxiety. I also don't go to Nando's very often. Joe, that's called face blindness, apparently.
I'm not. I'm not very face confident. Okay. I'm face skeptical, is what it is. Like I'll see people and be like, I'm pretty sure that's so and so, but like
Yeah.
until they say something, I won't necessarily be like 100% sure. But like it's not like until they say something, I have no idea who they are. Although that did happen once with Zisto. Uh,
Really?
well,
Well, Zisto's accent is very.
as soon as he talked, I was like, because he was like trying to like. I was having this conversation with somebody at Minecon, and he like comes over and gets like way too close, and he like keeps like acting like he's about to start talking, and then doesn't say anything, and I'm like, kind of like, who is this guy? And I start kind of like turning, so he's like edged out of the conversation. He's probably like Joe, come on, man, what's up? And I'm like, oh. As soon as he talked, I was like, oh, that's Zisto, but like, it's not like his face is on everything.
No, that's true. That's true. There are certain people that I would like Zisto. I've never seen. What? No, I have seen Zisto's face once,
Mm-hmm.
but I probably couldn't, you know, pick him out of a crowd. But your face, I've seen your face like multiple times over different contexts. So
Yeah, but like
you know,
if I didn't have like Minecraft behind me or Papercraft or whatever, I feel like I'd be less recognizable.
I don't think so, Joe. You're fairly recognizable
Okay.
at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I did have a guy greet me on the street the other day.
Hmm.
When I was walking from dropping my kid off at school. And I was just like, who is that guy? How, you knew me by name. I was like, hey, morning, that sort of thing. I didn't say his name because I didn't know who he was. And then I was walking past a house in my neighborhood, and I saw this custom board game hanging up on the wall, like near one of the windows. Like it was clearly on display, and it was like I wasn't like peeking in their windows. It was like visible from the street.
Yeah.
Like it was like sometimes we go for walks in the evening, and like the sun's going down, it's dark, but like on display is this custom board game board in this window, and I'm like, oh, so and so has that. That what a coincidence. I wonder if that artist made more than one. And then I'm like, no, he probably lives there. He's the guy that said hi to me the other day. That's why he knew me,
Lol.
because I've known him since 2009. Whoops. Now, in fairness, he had grown his hair out. His hair used to be like less than an inch long, and he had grown it out clearly the whole pandemic. And he was wearing a mask. So like, I feel
context clues were small.
I didn't have a lot to work from. He was also walking with an elderly man, and so I'm guessing that's like a relative who came to live with them during COVID. Like
Yeah.
but he's like out, taking his father or father-in-law for a walk in the morning, and I'm like, who's this guy with the elderly man that I don't know who this is, like.
Silver Salem has resubscribed and says, wait, Joe has a torso? No, that's the point. Also, Badger says, if I wore a wig at airport arrivals, I don't think Joe would recognise me.
I mean, that would be very unhelpful, and I would recommend against it, but I'm not sure that you're right. But, like...
I'm also not sure that you're wrong.
Yeah, like, okay, there's a lot of people in an airport, and, last time Badger flew here, there was a problem with her phone initially. Like, so, like, I wasn't getting messages that, like, where she was. So, like, I mean, you really want to roll those dice, you're welcome to roll those dice, but, like, even with, 3 feet of pink hair, I couldn't find you last time. So, I don't know. Like...
That's terrifying, Joe.
Well, no, because... Okay, no, the thing is that there used to be only one way out of the gates to the main lobby, and there's like a receiving lounge where people wait for like people to get off planes, right?
Right.
Apparently they added a second route out of the gates, and so I thought I was standing at a choke point, and I wasn't. And so somehow Badger was like at the like baggage claim or something, which I didn't know could be gotten to without walking past me. But I was sitting in a chair thinking every single person who got off a plane, and there were a bunch of people speaking British walking past me, and I'm like, she's clearly in this group somewhere. Her plane clearly landed. Maybe she's held up in customs. She's not answering her phone, texts, or whatever. Like, I don't know.
Thankfully, your next flight will be coming through the domestic arrivals instead of the BA ones. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yikes.
Zev the Satyr says people speaking British. I mean, it's distinctive, right? You can tell if people getting off a plane are like, "Oi, that was a long flight. Oi, yeah, yeah." That's aye. That's a little bit more Scottish, but you know,
That was more Scottish, yeah. Only slightly.
yes, slightly more Scottish there, but yeah. I mean, you can kind of you can tell if people are loudly complaining about their flight while talking like this. They're probably British.
No, Joe, no one ever talks like that.
Especially if, like, so that's the thing, though, is I'm looking at the board. The board said the plane had landed. But, yeah, I don't know. I was waiting in what I thought was the absolutely optimal location, and I still failed. So, yeah. Please buy a wig. Like, we'll see how it goes.
Joe heard British people. Joe, have you ever heard a British person?
Have I? I have, but I wasn't listening.
I mean, yeah, that seems reasonable to me.
Yeah.
That seems like it would work. Nay, thank you, Paleo, for the biddies. Joe, not everyone in the UK sounds like a Mary Poppins character. Or, in fact, Dick Van Dyke doing an English accent.
Demo says Joe becomes Scottish. Well, I am a quarter Scottish. Like, so, I mean, to some degree, I am Scottish. That degree is 1/4. I need guests to use one of those orange flags on a pole you can attach to your bag. I mean, the thing is, like, at an airport, a lot of people have those, so I don't think that would be as helpful as you think. That's not as unique an identifier.
I mean, but you'd be able to look at that and go, that might be it. That might be her. So,
yeah. Okay. Assault Tank says, Joe, it was really easy to recognize you at PAX South. Well, when I go to conventions, I also post on Twitter, like, a full-body picture of me, like, saying, you know, like in the Discord or whatever, or on Twitter, like, hey, I'm at this event. This is what I'm wearing, so you can recognize me at a distance. Come say hello. So, like, you also knew exactly what I looked like that day. Like, you had some help there. Also, I really appreciate it when other people do that so I can identify them by their outfits. Probably not face blind.
yeah.
Yeah, one of my moderators is going to be in town, like I said, for this upcoming Tennessee Game Days. I don't know if you know Sammy Higgins, Cleo.
No.
Yeah. So, yeah. Hopefully there's not a lot of blonde people there, because she's the sort of person who will get really annoyed if I repeatedly don't recognize her. Which is not her fault, but, like...
You just genuinely have face blindness, don't you?
But, like, it's usually when I'm tired or if I haven't eaten properly. And
so, like, the last 7 years?
All the time, yeah, but, like...
Oh. I am getting tired myself and hungry.
Yeah. Well, I'm holding this down at the moment. The thing is, after I get done with this, I think I'm probably gonna spend like 2 or 3 hours in replay mod and then go edit some more in Final Cut. And so it's like, this is nice and relaxing and social.
And you don't want to do the other stuff. I get it.
Yeah. Like the part of the problem is if I don't go do a bunch of replay mod stuff, a lot of the episode is just you and me looking at each other in game. Like the footage is just our skins facing each other, which is fine.
Yeah.
But, like, it's a lot of the episode.
It is, because we spent a lot of time talking to each other.
Well, and it's entertaining.
I think I've got like half an hour of footage,
audio-wise.
and I'm just like, I don't think I've actually done anything like that. I've done anything in game particularly, aside from Windows.
Mm-hmm.
Make a staring contest. I don't think that would be particularly viable, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. Fleh. Oh, I need to poke XB because XB says, "Oh, I'll send you a picture of the mechs that I'm thinking about," and he did not.
Uh-oh.
So,
that
trouble.
Was helpful of him.
Cross stitch, yes. There's a cross stitch. I mean, you can sort of see the reindeer coming into existence.
Mm-hmm.
It looks a bit derpy, but you know, I think reindeers just do look a bit derpy, to be honest.
I haven't really hung out with a lot of them in real life. They have them at the botanical gardens every year. They have Santa and like live reindeer. I almost said live action reindeer, like it's a film, but no, they have actual reindeer. But other than that, I just don't really see them. And we didn't go last year because of COVID, so it's been 2 years since I saw a reindeer, probably maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Yeah, it might be 3. I don't know if we went the year before.
Live action animatronic reindeer. Uh-oh.
Okay,
Temperature has just dropped. Hooray.
What just dropped?
Temperature.
Yay.
My boiler just turned on.
Nice.
So, yep. Things might start clanking any moment because I only turned it on. I turned on the heating yesterday. So, because we had like massive rain showers all day yesterday. It do be cold in the UK today, I know, right? And you do have the upstairs windows so the cats can go outside and not bother me for once in their lives.
Oh. How does that even connect? I don't... This piece has a lot of weird scoring on the inverse side that I'm not looking forward to. But
Is Joe's kid still old enough for Father Christmas to be real?
You know, that's the sort of thing I try not to talk about on stream in case kids are watching.
Okay.
But I do have some amusing anecdotes about that. We can tell. I can tell in private.
I never grew up with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it was just sort of like, parents bought me the presents, it's fine. Like big comfy jumper and big blanket for autumn life. I just like not being cold. I really enjoy not being cold. Being cold sucks. But yeah, I prefer autumn to any other time of the year.
I think my face camera, or not face camera, my Papercraft camera is starting to overheat. Yeah.
Is it time for us to
Yeah, it's
Call it a day.
well, I mean, if people want to
It's
watch a
been
slideshow, but
been
yeah,
3.5 hours, Joe.
I
We're
know.
allowed to take a break occasionally.
Yeah, I know, I know. Well, especially because like my entire rest of the day is gonna be working. I don't know if this episode's even gonna get out the door today. That's part of what's frustrating. Is like I'm
Mm-hmm.
like I've put so much work into it already. I don't want to put it out before I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
You know, where it's like, well, at this point, it might as well actually be something I'm proud of, not just like not a total disaster. And I'll probably end up meeting somewhere in the middle. I'll be almost proud of it, but still not happy. But it will go live. Uh, so, yay.
Well, I wanted to do the roads before I put my video live, so it had some more building in it.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I feel like I've got plenty of building. My big problem is that, like, I've got, like, right now it's 33 minutes, but
Mm-hmm.
almost all of it is talking and looking at static things. It's except for the time lapse element. So I'm trying to find ways to make the time lapse things big
I've
enough
also got I've
that
also
it
got
feels like a
merch.
breather when it goes to the talking. You
Yeah,
know.
I've also got merch to drop. So
Mm,
um I need to do some stuff with the hydrate thing.
gotcha.
So
Gotcha. Okay.
I need to think about how I'm going to do that. It's fine.
Yeah.
You have fibromyalgia, it's worse when it's cold, but I don't like the heat. I mean, heat's kind of heat sucks, but I can understand why for health reasons you don't like the cold. Wait, are we getting a companion to a teeny tiny plushy Cleos? Not companions. When I say merch, I mean like hydrate merch. Which, if you're in my stream right now, if you scroll down to the bottom, there should be a panel if Teespring hasn't messed it up. But you can buy it before it's released. Mm-hmm. Merch, I say, is. It's hydrate merch coming online. And it's got rainbows on it. I'm so excited.
Okay.
It's very pretty.
I was like, I don't know who to raid. There's so many good options, but the Daily Space people at CosmoQuest, they're doing their pre-show. One of them has one of those like eye-opening things, like is it called a speculum? That she's demoing right now, and it's very interesting. Or no, it might be an eyelash flattener. Maybe
Eye curler.
maybe it's an eye curler. Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Um,
But yeah, if you are not familiar with the Daily Space on CosmoQuest, it's the Institute of Planetary Sciences kind of streaming and convention arm.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
Planetary Science Institute. So that's where I'm
you
going to
go.
send my folks over to.
You guys stream there. I'm going to. Just looking. Cam's doing something equally chill, so I'm going to send them over there.
Alrighty.
Okay.
It's been fun. When you get there, say howdy, y'all. Joe Hill's right here. Unless you're going to.
And when you get to
Cleo's
mine,
one.
just go hi.
Alrighty. Sorry my camera's
No.
overheating. Keep adventuring, everybody.
Yeah. Bye, guys.